Did you get all the same flavor? Did you get
Are we live?
the same
We're live. We're live, everybody. Welcome.
Look at you being all fancy. You probably put ice.
We're in the middle of the action. This is in media res.
Drink with a straw too. At home. Gotta protect your teeth.
Well, welcome to the show then. Hi, Den, right now. Welcome to the show. Awesome Talk Season 10, Episode 10 on December 18th, 2018. Right here. You made it. So good for you. Welcome. Happy holidays and all that other good stuff. So we have a good show for you tonight.
Gonna make it after all?
We're going to make it after all. We are. Now I feel good. I feel warm. So welcome to the show. We have a great show tonight. We have a great panel of guests. We had a full bar tonight, which I really love to see. Really love to see. And first and foremost, before we even go further, I want to welcome our guests tonight. Darnell Ilomega is in the house, and Rocky the Promoter's in the house from Cap City Entertainment. And we also know Darnell because he's the other half of the Go for the Gusto album from Ray Strife. So welcome, guys, to the bar tonight.
Thank you.
Dan, I feel like I haven't seen you in too long.
I know.
You're part of the show, and I feel like you've been missing.
I know, I have been missing.
So
absent.
I know you've been studying the Mandela effect lately, so you said it's really gotten weird.
Don't get me going.
Well, I'm going to try not to.
I got a long story for later, I guess.
All right. All right, we'll wait till...
I've always known about it, and I've always known, like, there's a handful of instances. Instances. But I didn't know how many there were until today, and then there was a couple mind-blowing ones because I'd get in arguments with strangers on the internet for no reason, and just that's what you do these days.
That's so fun.
I know. But one time it wasn't so much fun because we got into like very real things like the moon and physics, and I don't know. I started talking a good game like I was talking about, and like, oh yeah, if the moon's so special, why haven't we gone back since the initial one? And then I got my ass handed to me. I walked by my tail between my legs, blah blah. I was like, I had no idea. And then I researched Mandela effect. Apparently, I'm not alone. There's a lot of us. Even Neil Tyson deGrasse is on my side. He actually believes as well that we've only been to the moon one time. And in this conversation, this was like 6 months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago. But I got my ass handed to me like, no, we've been to the moon way more times than one time. I don't know what you're reading, buddy, blah, blah. And I'm reading these things. I'm like, this has to be fake news. Like, this has to be like, what is real life?
Yeah,
like,
one time as in that was the one time.
Yeah, and even, and like, Buzz Aldrin was like, no, yeah, we're not going back here. Like, it just rang like a bell, aliens. There's no reason.
They're like,
everything that I've ever read, like, only one time. And like, there's a lot of people that actually believe in this.
You know, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's not really
Yeah, but that's
scientist.
Because nobody's familiar with the lunar missions.
But I
except for
am.
the ones that
That's
they're taught in elementary
That's
school,
what's
and
crazy
that's
to
the
me.
only
And
one.
here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. This is like, because I've been into this stuff forever. Like, you guys know me, like, far down the rabbit hole, like the furthest depths of the rabbit hole can possibly go. Like, I'm talking the queen eating babies, stuff like that. Like, I go that far down.
Jesus, that's some.
So, like, for me not to know we went to the moon, like, for me not knowing that we went to the moon a couple more times, and then get my ass handed to me in a debate. Here's the thing, like, the person that I was debating with, I went to the same high school with. We've known each other since we were 5 years old. So like we went to the same education. We've read the same thing. We had the same teachers. Where's the line drawn? And like it goes back to the Mandela effect. And this is why I had such a great morning thing. Like all I did was research. Is I'm not alone. There's a lot of me's out there.
Yeah, but you know, I chalk that up to just
only one of you.
It's only one me. But there's actual physicists. There's actual scientists out there right now being like, why do half the people on this planet think Nelson Mandela, which is where the name comes from, why do they think he
Died
died in the
prison.
80s? Like, and why do other half of the people think he wound up being this?
Stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that might be it. That might be it.
Stupidity.
It might be it.
But I mean,
there are
Yeah,
7
but
billion of us. so
but
maybe-
I actually am on that side too. I actually believe Mandela died in the 80s. When I heard he died 4 years ago, I was like, wait a minute, wait,
He
what?
was in prison.
Like, what
in the
planet
80s.
have I been on?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Wasn't he in jail for? Yeah, he was
Yeah.
in
Right,
jail.
exactly,
Yeah.
but people thought he died in jail too. But this isn't it.
The
Another one.
motherfucker became
The
president.
Bears.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, the Berenstain Bears one.
Was he a clone?
I mean, I didn't mean to come in hot tonight like this. Like, I'm sorry. I'm actually
I know
physically
you're on
hot.
fire, dude.
But like, all right, another one, the JFK
Oh
shooting.
man, that's so
in the car.
We're taking the cape off now.
Celtics
Hey,
baseball.
Conspiracy theory.
The JFK shooting, like 6 people in the car, 4 people in the car. Go. 6 or 4?
6.
4.
In the car?
Yeah, in the car. 6. You're saying 6. You're
I
saying
would say
4.
4.
I think it's 6.
6.
But this is another example of the Mandela
I don't know.
effect.
Why?
So wait,
How many-
what I
why
want
are
to
there
say,
more than
4
four
people in the car?
regardless,
No, no.
that's
Well,
what I
it's
said.
because
Oh, I
it's the
said
president,
4.
his
Four
wife,
people in
the
the car.
governor,
His is 4, tails
and
is
I
6.
No,
think
wait, I got my
Secret
dudes
Service
Like
was next.
it was the Kennedys in the back.
Yeah.
There were also
Jackie's
Secret
next.
Service
Governor.
men.
and his wife in the the second row.
Okay.
And then you had the driver and a Secret Service agent in the front. He never showed you the driver.
Okay.
And no one ever gives a shit about
just
the
sneak out.
driver.
Okay, we have
Yeah,
all this
that's
back.
fine.
No, the driver, they never
Who
gives no
cares about the
respect.
fucking driver? That guy fucked up.
Yeah.
He should have went the other way.
Well, regardless, what I want to say is like there's actual studies into this. Like this isn't something that I need to like worry about going like to a psychiatric ward or anything. Like there are physicists being like, why is this happening? What are we missing? Because it's like millions and billions of people even that believe 2 different things to be true.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, these people also believe they trust their memory. And
Well,
they
that
trust-
also is true too. But it's like the Berenstain Bears ones where everyone made their parents go to the attic and find the freaking book of the Berenstain Bears. Everyone I know, Berenstein,
Do you know why?
S-T-E-I-N.
Do you know why though?
Why?
I mean, it's just an obvious one. Because Berenstein is a Jewish name, and most of the time you spell Steen with E-I.
Yeah, why don't we call
And
this
it's just
Berenstain Bears
because
growing up?
that's not how you pronounce it. You still pronounce it Berenstein Bears.
But everyone,
And everybody spells Steen
Everybody?
with E-I.
it's a little weird. Something's a little weird.
I'm just saying, that's-
Are you telling me those bears were Jewish? 'Cause they wouldn't share anything with anyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the whole story.
If I asked you to spell,
It was all about me.
This is mine.
I gotta get
if I asked you
It's
to
not-
spell Bernstein, what would you? How would you spell it?
S-T-E-I-N.
Right, but maybe it's not spelled that
But
way.
you go back and watch the shows, and they're
Yeah.
saying Stain, Berenstain Bears. They're saying Stain now. It's not Steen. It's like it is crazy. So like the whole thing, it's all started with the 2012 stuff. People actually believe we crossed like a parallel. I know we were supposed to talk about other things, but like this is my morning
no,
today.
No, I'm fucking
No,
with this. I like
it's
that.
Berenstein.
Yeah, look up Berenstain, whatever. It doesn't matter which one you look.
Wait, speaking of which, look for the one
he's
where it
about
says
to
they
go
took
in
my
a
section.
rabbit
I have
And there's
those
like
books in my
there's
house.
a
man.
picture
I do,
of
I actually
I
have
think
them.
somebody
I looked
made it
at
up.
them.
There's a
They took my
picture.
section.
It's just
Wait,
well,
wait.
the whole point for me
Okay.
is I thought it stopped at Nelson
Hold on,
Mandela
I
and the
need to see
Berenstain
this.
Bears. I
Yo,
didn't
this
know
shit is crazy.
it went on to dozens and dozens of examples.
Yo, can he put that shit on the camera?
Take a look. What do you
They
got?
took-
Berenstein Bears.
They took our section 8.
It just has them with the boxes.
Let me know if you can see it.
That's why this show is great.
You was mad as hell about that
That's
TV. Oh shit! Oh,
Come on, I need to
yeah,
fucking
you gotta
see
look
this.
at that.
All right,
Berenstain
Oh,
that's
my
off my
God,
chest. We
that
can
makes
go
me happy.
on normal work.
Holy
Shit.
shit.
Well, why don't we
I'll go back to
ahead
my
and-
own research
As
later. I just felt like
Why don't we go ahead and do it around the bar?
around the bar. Sorry,
we're
I
gonna
was
do it
caught-
around the
I
bar.
came in hot.
No,
tonight.
dude,
You
you crashed into the show tonight.
I'm ready to relax.
And I hate this fucking
Not
bird.
seltzer. This is vodka.
I was about to say, what's in that?
I need to cool down. This is vodka.
So we're gonna do it around the bar. Before we
that's
say our
right, because
name
vanilla's crazy.
and we say something about ourselves. We didn't even do that yet.
Or is it vanilla? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
This
it's
is
not
another
vanilla.
Mandela effect.
I
right
am
here.
Rick, and I am your host, and I've always been.
Yay.
And I'm,
Shade is real right
I'm
now.
Dan, and I came in real hot tonight.
For a second, I
so-
thought I forgot that there was even
Ready
an
to cool
intro
down.
structure to the introduction to the show.
It's just when it's insane.
That was good.
Okay, I guess my turn. My name is Il Omega, producer, Trenton, Go for the Gusto, Ray Strife.
Welcome.
Nice.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rocky. I'm a host of our own podcast, Rocky Cells Podcast, with myself and El Omega.
Nice.
And I'm also a party/event host as well.
Sure.
Welcome to the show. Welcome.
Oh, I'm Pat. What's up?
Pat.
Oh. That's my coffee.
That was mad aggressive.
Raw.
This came in hot.
This isn't my beer.
Hi, it's Jared. What's up?
What up?
What's up, Dave?
How's it going?
All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Sarah.
Yep. Well, thank
Oh,
you.
come on, Sarah. Come on, everybody.
That's it?
That's all I
Matt.
Oh, who cares
Camera
about?
guy.
I'm sorry.
What up, man?
Non-fundamentalist Juggalo. 1/3 of Team Rocky.
Hey, you're wearing a Hatebreed shirt.
I am wearing.
I took one of those
Huge
tests
fan.
the other day. I was like, what metal band were you? I got Hatebreed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know why. I loved them when I was younger. I still like them, but like, I don't know what the psychological arrangement was to have me land on Hatebreed when
Yeah.
there was like dozens of other things I could have landed on. But I'll take it. I'll take
It's
it.
all random, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
They don't put any thought behind it. They just get your information and sell it to
Right,
someone.
exactly.
That's all it is.
Who's strong? Hatebreed?
Yeah.
Hatebreed is
Like
strong.
Man, yeah, like lyrically.
It's just honestly, dude. Like it's
can
the
see
same
it.
conversation how you last time
I
about
don't
metal
see
music.
Dan really
Like
holding
Whenever
well
you
as
went
one
to
of the crowd.
a pre-show,
Like,
The last time I
you know
saw
we're gonna have a
Hatebreed,
good time.
though,
yeah.
they opened up for System of a Down, and then
See,
System
that's
of a
what I'm
Down
talking
got
about.
booed off stage,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
Hatebreed
not-
came back on.
That sounds
Fucking
Wow.
blasphemy.
Damn.
That's
How in the
cool.
fuck you gonna
System
put
of a Down?
Hatebreed together with System of a Down?
That's
Wait, who got booed off?
System of a Down. The crowd was chanting, "You sound like goats. Go back home. Wherever you
What?
come from."
Wow,
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I like System of a Down.
I like
Yeah.
System of a
Yeah.
Down.
Alright.
They're good.
I miss
This is
System of a
Boom on
Down.
Stage. That's some fucked up
Where
shit.
where was this?
It was 97 somewhere.
They said you
Somewhere in the
sound like a
Midwest.
goat.
You sound like a goat. Go back to the farm.
Yeah, they
Whatever.
different.
Yeah, probably in the Midwest.
I mean, sometimes he does.
He does sometimes sound like a goat.
I was gonna say if it's the Midwest.
Yeah, it's Cleveland,
But like,
Ohio.
I used to
Ohio.
think
Ohio.
It's gotta be Ohio. Those
it was
fucking
crazy to me
Ohioans.
because it was like the first time I had ever seen them on a
between
bigger
Ohio and
stage.
Florida right
It was
now.
like a festival of some
well,
kind. It
it's
could have been
Florida.
even Ozfest for all I remember. But I remember every time System of a
Yeah.
Down came around, I would like hang out with them. Incubus and then went on tour. I saw them both for $5 for like 3 years in a row. It was awesome. So like I remember hanging out with Serge and all that stuff. And so the first time I'd seen them on the main stage, I was like, "This is great." I've never seen them like on a huge set before, and they got booed off stage. I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy."
My guitar player, old guitar player, went to see them at Ozfest once, and Darren, the fucking guitar player, was so fucked up on whatever the fuck he took that night that he was literally playing the wrong song in the middle of other songs. And he said it got so bad that Serge actually looked at him and went, "What are you doing?"
Maybe that was the same show that
Maybe-
I was
maybe
at.
that was the
that's
show.
what booed off
And,
stage.
Why are you playing Stairway to Heaven?
Yeah.
This is the wrong fucking song.
Wake up!
No, there was okay. He saw the Deftones at a convention hall,
Ain't they coming back
And-
out or something?
Wow.
and
They did the same thing.
Yeah, ain't they
Everyone
coming
else
like back
is.
out with a new album?
I feel like that's always the case
I
with Deftones.
really
They're
hope.
always coming back.
I saw some post about
Yeah.
them and
They
shit.
have
No,
a
but
back burner
this was
album that's
saying-
been done
Jesus
for over a
Christ.
decade.
Yeah.
This
is from
2002.
2006.
Right.
You know,
But no, Chino comes out on stage and he says, "Hey, just to warn you, I'm really fucked up on K right now."
Yeah, that sounds like
And I'm like,
shit.
"Holy shit!" And he goes, "You know what? I forget the set list. What do you want to hear?
Yeah, wow, wow.
first?" And everybody put up 7. And he's like, "Okay, I guess we're doing that." Holy
Chino-
shit, this guy's fucked up.
I remember like the joke with Chino used to be if he was fat, he was an alcoholic that year, and if he was skinny, he was a heroin addict that year.
damn.
It used
No.
to swing. It was
Oh,
the
yeah.
one way or the other.
I
You
heard
remember
that
that?
one.
Yeah,
I can't
Yeah.
just eat healthy, motherfuckers.
yeah. I know. Just have a salad. Well,
But
except
then,
lately,
right,
that's
at
gonna
the
kill
end
you
of the
too.
set,
No, but like drunk skinny
Well, yeah,
looks,
Romaine
looks
lettuce.
completely different than healthy skinny.
Yeah, drunk skinny is
Yeah.
different.
True.
It's different. Yeah.
This dude climbed up the whole stack of speakers at the end of the set, all fucked up, and he just like falls off.
Who? Chino?
Chino.
He goes
Yeah.
to like jump
Jesus.
into the crowd, but
He fell the other way.
he's like
that's
up
like-
in the air. Nobody's gonna catch this
like
guy.
flipped.
Yeah,
He
right,
didn't
right.
really
He
push
actually
off.
tried to catch him with like 2 other people, but
He was like,
Hold
hold
on,
on,
look
bro.
up what you saw
like it's
because
not like they actually.
I do know
caught
that
him.
Deftones has an album that's been done since 2006.
Yeah.
Because their old bass player wound up in a car accident and was in a coma for like years,
yeah,
like
yeah.
5 years.
That's right.
And he wound up dying in like 2012, 2013. But the album has been done. They were always waiting for him to come back.
Yeah.
And then they would release record and go on tour, stuff like that. But then he passed. Yeah, it's
Come
that
back
old.
from the
Yeah.
dead.
Damn.
2007 Saturday Night
That's gonna
Risk
sound like a
came
whole
out.
other kind of music.
The album was
Nice
already
school,
done
yeah.
before that, and they never released it. And actually, Chino, because I follow him on Instagram or whatever, Chino released the single of the record's video, and it was out for like one day. And I remember watching him like, yes, this is awesome. And then the Capitol Records or whoever they're signed to, Maverick or whatever, pulled it real quick and was like, yeah, you're going to get in trouble. And I don't know what they're waiting for, because they've released like 5 albums since then, but this one's
But I'll
been
tell you,
gone.
but I'll tell you what, man. But that was recorded in a different time of label politics.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like nowadays, the
everyone
artists
knows about it.
more.
You know it's there.
Right. But that doesn't mean the label doesn't have a chastity belt on it, so you can't fucking get to the motherfucker. You
Yeah,
know
they
what I
probably
mean?
had some sort of deal during that time.
Exactly. Which wouldn't happen anymore, because the artist is, I think, I might be wrong, but the artist I feel like has a lot
Way
more
more power.
control
Oh, yeah.
over their own material now than they used to, because now,
a little bit.
you know, with social media, people want their artists to be real and be upfront and be personal, and like now it's like you don't even need to put out now.
It's like
You
Atlantic
just-
Records right now. Has
Oh,
like,
And they,
social
and
media.
they want it now. And
Like
they
Cardi
want
B
music
and all
now.
these other
You're at
motherfuckers
their
that are on
level.
social media
Right.
and they're like big stars now.
But yeah,
got
but
record deals.
even with major labels now, your artist still has to have some kind of freedom.
Yeah.
You know, because they have to have freedom to go on
Labels
social
can't
media and
do
do what
shit
they
Yeah,
want.
but like those social media posts, even the ones that look like, oh look, that's just her hanging out in her bathroom. It's like
Yeah.
those are all. There's like 18
Yeah.
camera people in there. It's like that's not real. That's just
makeup
part of
artists.
the
Yeah, right.
marketing.
They do the look away look. Like,
Yeah, right.
the look away look.
That's
Joe
not
Budden
the
does that shit.
countdown timer. I have a night.
Posted that picture.
Just contemplating life.
Yeah, right. Just deciding which deodorant to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Do I use my left or right?
Caption
Like,
is like 2 pages long and shit.
See, life. I learned about life today at this beach.
And what I realized,
Yeah.
read more. And
Life
like,
is
I'm
a
not
beach.
reading all. You ever on Facebook and you click read more and there's like a whole bunch of
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm not reading all
this
those
shit.
Holy fucking shit, how much time do you think I am? I'm just trying to take a shit here. I need to read all this.
Yo, he's so angry about it. Nah, but for real, I feel you.
That's real shit.
The fuck is this shit? I'm not reading all this.
Come on,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
but
And
sometimes
then it'll be like a little more and then it's like,
But sometimes they say the right word and it hooks you in, and you're like,
Yeah.
Like,
well,
oh,
yeah,
no,
now
man,
then they
hook
long
you
haul.
into
You know what's
video,
real fucked
and
up?
you're like 10 seconds
you know,
into
like-
this video,
know
not
what's
even
real-
words, and they're like, and I'm about to tell you the most epic thing you're ever gonna hear. It all started when boom, and it goes to the ad that you can't skip, and you're just like,
It's not even
Ah,
about that.
then
It's
you
not even
can't-
just like cool shit. It could be like, oh yeah, my grandmother died today, and I just want to let you know. Oh, more.
Okay, come on.
more than 2
Yeah.
paragraphs.
wow, this isn't about your
Am I
grandma
gonna go to
at
hell
all.
if I don't read this whole thing? R.I.P. Grandma.
Get it? She was good.
She was great. All right,
We
yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
All right, she brought you to the sandbox. Okay, what the fuck?
because I
There's
know
more?
I know I'm gonna be
it's way fucking more.
whizzed
Yeah,
about this
exactly.
on fucking Sunday when I hang out with the family. Well, did you read the note? Of course I did. Well, what happened on page 3?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Your phone didn't ring, motherfucker.
It's on vibrate.
Yeah, it's on vibrate. Where you do the bzz, bzz, bzz.
You go.
I'm
Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
gonna blame the Mandela effect for everything now.
It's the Mandela
Oh, I
effect.
forgot.
It's a good
Oh,
scapegoat.
I clearly am not the only one who's
God
forgotten
damn,
this.
man.
And
Mandela
the
effect.
time is
Yeah.
okay.
That goddamn Mandela effect.
30 minutes. It came right back around.
Yep.
There we go. That didn't
I'm gonna
take
talk about this
that
like
long.
strong for weeks and weeks and weeks.
See,
I only-
Until your
okay.
mind starts
That's
being
a-
blown.
No,
just don't
that's a good
understand
ass.
it.
No,
No,
Sometimes
it's
you
not
need
even being
something to-
blown. It's being
sometimes
like
you need something to bring
I
some
was
chill.
floored that I could
Sometimes you need
lose
to
the
plan.
debate at all, and then I lost this
Bless
debate
you.
about the fucking moon, and I'm all about it. And meanwhile, I'm a victim of the Mandela
Shit.
effect.
Maybe it's just you,
A
Darnell.
victim.
That's the best band name
Mandela
ever.
effect, damn it.
Victim
But
of the
doesn't the
Mandela
Mandela
effect.
effect
That's-
have to do like
Damn, you like to
changing
work again?
dimensions?
Mandela
Like you're
effect.
switching.
Yeah.
Right, you jump-
On
dimension
right,
jumping.
and that's why there's millions upon billions.
So why is
even.
it all the same, though?
But some of it is just fucking
so
circumstance.
stupid.
Wait, what's stupid?
It's stupid that every universe or dimension is the freaking
Well,
same.
in
except for a
an
letter.
infinite amount of universes that are also infinite, the one
Okay.
difference between this one and this one is like my mug could be right there
Man,
instead
I
of here.
told y'all
And that's the
boring.
only
It's
thing
boring
different.
as hell.
I
It
told
is.
y'all before we started,
Where
y'all
are
should watch
those
Spider-Man,
cookies?
damn it.
Which
It
what?
talks about
Oh,
it in
yeah.
the web
We
Spider,
need those
Spider-Verse
cookies
movie.
right now to understand this shit.
I mean,
No, that's one. Listen, I'm gonna
I
just
think
give
people
a
being
bit of
stupid
advice
is more
one
exciting.
at a time.
I think that's why we're here.
Why are we here? Because of what?
Have
To
one
witness
have
stupidity.
one serving.
And then it's a wrap.
Shit, you might have to cut it in half though. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Does anybody have any feelings? Does anybody have any feelings about Kevin Hart being pulled off the
Good
Oscars?
for him.
Oh, pick me,
Good
pick
for
me,
him.
pick me, pick me.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm on his side about it. It was really good that he realized he reached a point where the Oscars is a tremendous feat for him. That may have been like one of his goals, but it's like, you know what, his morals were intact. So I respect that shit. It wasn't about the money. It was that was another thing.
That was like what happened there. You were like, oh yeah, I'm not going to apologize, and then at the end he's like, yeah, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like when your woman, you know, it's like when your girl keeps bringing up, you know,
I was
the
always
same
shut
thing.
up,
It's like, yo,
All right.
we got over this.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
Why you?
I'm done with this conversation.
Right.
Yeah, he should have just kept it like, I'm walking away.
I didn't know he
I'm
did
not
that
gonna
at the end.
apologize, but then
With
he said,
Oscars,
I'm sorry.
right?
Yeah.
Who was it? You heard what Andrew Dice Clay said about it?
Hey man, we don't
Oh,
care
I
about
mean-
that.
Andrew Dice Clay was like in comedy you don't ever apologize,
Right.
fucking ever.
Yeah, for a comedian? Hell no.
No,
Yeah.
and that's
the other
another
That's the
thing.
whole
Like,
point of
yes,
comedy.
it's comedy, but at the same time, in this day and age, everybody is
Sensitive.
like super sensitive.
Sure.
But
You
what I
have
don't,
to play the game.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but how
that's
do people,
cool.
Which
how do
fucking
people
sucks.
like
Well, I mean,
Sarah
playing the-
Silverman get off telling jokes about like raping little kids and don't get banned for anything?
I mean, playing
You know
the,
what I mean?
playing the
Yeah,
game
like,
is
where-
one
where's
thing.
your line?
Didn't Nick Cannon bring
You know
up
what I
like
mean?
their old
That's a good
tweets or
point.
something like that?
But-
They were talking about gay shit too, and he was
Yeah.
like, yeah, well,
Right, and like Chelsea Handler, complete.
Yeah,
Chelsea
but-
Handler,
but-
yeah.
but
all of them are
here's
all.
the thing.
They're all.
Here's what kills me. What kills me is that nobody. You can't. There's only so retroactively angry you can get about a lot of things.
Right.
True.
Because a social norm doesn't mean that people do things and feel like, hey, I'm getting away with saying this word. A social norm means you don't even get to a point where you question what the fuck you said.
Yeah.
And back in the 80s and 90s, people said faggot all the time.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not saying it's right.
I still think it sometimes.
I'm not. I still think
I can't help it.
I'm not
It's
saying
like
that
still
it's
there.
okay. I'm not saying that it's right. But it was one of those things where like every fucking buddy said that.
Yeah.
Because nobody cared. There was no sensitivity about it. Nobody gave a shit about people who would be hurt by that
Yeah.
at
Back-
the time. So you got to
back
be
in the
careful
50s.
how
Yeah.
far back you go and go. Well, fuck you, and you owe everybody an apology now. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Wait,
well,
when did he say it? Like, what year? Or
it was like 10 years ago.
years ago?
No,
Oh yeah, this was from
14
yeah.
years ago, maybe.
Yeah, no,
But, you know,
no,
but
not that
wait.
long. No, I think it's like.
grow.
Oh, wait.
eight
Oh, yeah,
generations.
that's a different
All the
time.
time.
But the thing, and that's another thing. It's like I'm not the same person I was 5-10 years ago.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Right, yeah.
Another thing too is like when you're talking about social media platforms and stuff like that, like where do you draw the line? So, for example, like you can kick people off for saying certain things or not, but why? For example, there is one case I just read this the other day. What's her name? The chick from the baseball movie with the women. The
Gina Davis.
no,
A League of Their Own.
Lori Petty.
no,
Madonna?
no, the lesbian one.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell. So,
I wouldn't give a
so Rosie O'Donnell was literally verbally attacking Ben Shapiro on Twitter to the point where Ben Shapiro was like, Twitter, you going to do anything about this? Twitter, are you going to do it? She's actually threatening my life. You can do it. And Twitter didn't ban them, but he was actually able to get a civil case against her outside of Twitter's platform before, and she's not even banned. So, like, where are you drawing the line on who you're going to ban for saying certain things and who not? If you're outside of those platforms, you can actually be threatened your life,
Yeah.
and you can make a case about it. So you're gonna go after Kevin Hart and ban him,
Right.
make him, and for just saying something about homosexuality 10 years ago in a joke. But this woman is actually being verbally abusive to people and threatening their lives, and you're not going to ban her.
Right.
To the point where he's actually going to get a case on you and have legal action.
Well, yeah,
So, like-
threatening lives, that's legal. You know,
And this is actually this is
that's
what's
a whole
going in.
ball
This is
game.
what's going in front of Congress now. It's like
President.
Twitter and Facebook and
Yeah.
even Google. They're
again-
actually in.
but-
And actually, what's kind of funny, Google's CEO just testified last week, and the same day that
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing.
But not even that. But in that same hour, The fucking Google CEO or Google headquarters in China caught on flames. Their whole building caught on fire. They're investigating them and they're China censoring in Google, and then your building just catches on fire while you're testifying in front of Congress.
What the fuck?
Oh, you want our evidence?
You want me to testify? Wait, turn on the news because that's what's happening. We just pulled a Hillary Clinton on you.
Like, do you really think Google gives a shit that's being grilled by the government?
No.
Google is the government now.
But that's a
Facebook
problem.
is the government.
Google,
Amazon's the government.
Or Google knows,
And Apple.
I forget which way it went, but the NSA, the CEO of Google was once the director of the NSA, or vice versa. I know it was the same person. I don't remember where they started, but yes, Google is technically the government.
They know everything.
But it's just, I found it fascinating because I wanted to watch that case live on TV, and while I'm watching it, the other news is the Google headquarters in China is on fire, and it's like, what are the chances of this? This is fucking crazy.
It's like a movie. How convenient is that?
But like, literally the CEO is like lighting the match. He's like hitting the TNT button while he's being investigated. Like, you want to interrogate me? Like
kind of like a building.
Darn.
Yeah.
Exactly. Literally. The same hour.
Go ahead.
My thing is as far as the sensitivity nowadays, it's like.
Dude, you can't fucking.
It's amazing. It's amazing, but the thing is,
like walking through a fucking minefield.
No, but it's amazing based on what he said earlier about what you can get away with. It's amazing what people let slide on broadcast TV now.
Sure. Oh yeah.
So then it's like you're digging up tweets from 10 years ago.
Okay, and then that destroys.
It's like, why are we sensitive now?
And then they aren't making money anymore. Everybody drops him because he's too. Ridiculous to handle.
Dude, mob rules now, man. It's
scary. The motherfucker didn't do anything wrong.
We're a nation built on laws, and once you start straying from them, that's when you go into fucking chaos. You go into lawlessness. The perfect example I have. All right, pretend it's like the wild. I'm sorry. I drank coffee on the way here.
Oh my god!
All right, so Wild West. You got a town. You got a town of 100 people. Mr. Smith is. He's accused of robbing someone's house. And every, three eyewitnesses. The eyewitnesses are like, I definitely saw Mr. Smith robbing that house, blah, blah. These three eyewitnesses don't really have a clear picture. And I'm talking like this is like a land without a sheriff, without laws. Yeah. So he convinces everyone in town, like, it was definitely Mr. Smith. They get their pitchfork, they're fired, they're all going, 100 people going 99 against Mr. Smith. They catch him like, you robbed the house, we're lynching you right now. Okay. But in a society built on laws, the town of 100 people have a sheriff who is going to abide by the law. So even if you have 99 people, they're all there, ready to go. The sheriff rolls up and be like, "Yo, 99 people."
Yeah, hold on, can I tell you something now?
Let
me tell you what the problem is. Hold on.
Modern life, our fucking criminal justice system is entirely classist.
That's
racist,
that's the problem.
That's the problem. I'm getting to that problem.
What you're saying, exactly. The stumble here is that the sheriff can no longer be trusted
right now.
In theory, the sheriff shows up, stops the lynching. Turns out the guy's innocent after all. It was a passerby. But if it wasn't for the sheriff or the laws it put in place, mob rule is always bad.
How did we get to this?
Fucking who? Twitter. Fucking Kevin Hart.
Thanks, Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good job.
Talking about government and shit.
Jokes from 10 years ago, man.
The Rock and Kevin Hart going back and forth. On
I love that. So good. Hilarious. So fucking good, man.
I gotta look at that later. I don't know. I know
stand
the
up
voice,
next time. You're
Some
taking
say-
hilarious.
He was friends with my favorite comedian, Patrice O'Neal.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
God, I miss Patrice.
He came up with Kevin Hart and gave him shit all the time. Like, okay, you need a step stool to get in your bed.
Yeah, but you know what, Patrice O'Neal. We always come back to Patrice O'Neal, and it's funny because I feel like I always come back to Dice in the same way. Yeah. Patrice O'Neal and Dice to me
don't give a fuck.
Right? Oh. Like, I will say whatever I need to say.
Just said,
okay.
No, I don't care.
So the other night we watched Eminem's movie Bodied from the YouTube movie. So he produced a YouTube film called Bodied, and it's about battle rap.
Oh,
right?
I heard about it. I ain't seen it.
But, dude, it is brutal. Really? Like, you get to the end, and like you're like, I know this is a movie, and I know these people are just acting, but like, I don't know if I could even sit here and listen to what they're saying. Like, this is so fucking
hard.
The battle
Oh
rap
my
came
God.
Do you
But-
watch battle rap?
But here's the thing. But here's the
They
thing.
went after Proof in this one battle rap, and it was like some really in-depth.
Oh, yeah, they go-
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Harsh shit,
I'm
dude.
like, damn, you're throwing out like a dead homie. Like they go.
It gets grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fucking
I love
URL and
Cassidy.
shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But my point is this: is so like you have two people who are friends and they're going at one another in a battle rap and it gets really, really brutal. Okay? Then you get an outsider who comes in and the guy starts backing up this other guy. And he turns to him and says, "Shut the fuck up, you're making fun of his family." Right? And he goes, "But that's what you're doing." He goes, "I'm in a battle rap, motherfucker. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. You shut the fuck up."
Right.
And when I think about comedy, like that used to be the rule of comedy where it was like almost anything
Right,
fucking
almost
goes.
anything.
Right.
And because my job is to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And some of the fucking bombs I throw are just simply not going to land right.
Yeah.
But,
Or
but
maybe
that's
it's
my
not gonna be
job.
for
everybody,
somebody
yeah.
else.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you might not like it, but this
It's
guy
like fucking
might.
Richard Pryor, man. Like,
Fuck yeah, dude.
oh my god.
That shit, that made me. All of this conversation made me think: would Paul Mooney, would he last in this climate where it's like
They
you're
can't-
finding
they can't
We
take Paul Mooney.
need Paul Mooney now.
Right.
Yes, we
It's
do.
like
Need
They can't
him.
take a Paul Mooney right now.
Yeah.
it's like Kevin Hart is you're bashing family friendly Kevin Hart. It's like, you ain't ready for Paul Mooney.
Him and Jerry Seinfeld are like the most like
What?
like lovable comedians.
Right, but let me
that
tell you
ever
something.
wrote.
Sam
But that-
Kinison used to say.
Yeah, Sam Kinison was. So is Eddie Murphy.
Like,
Brutal, dude. You can't
Used
listen
to
to
say faggot
fucking.
and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, right. He had a
It's
track
that
called
term.
that.
In that
Motherfucker
term.
every 5 seconds, fucking fucker, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's like constantly.
And like, it's just, Kevin Hart. The issue with Kevin Hart, we said somebody said family friendly Kevin Hart, right? Family friendly Kevin Hart.
I mean,
That's
shit, I
good.
love
That's
Kevin
good.
Hart.
Tonight.
Though. Like,
Can I tell you something?
Wayne
I
Brady.
feel like the more mainstream you allow yourself to become, the more open you are to have your career destroyed. Because Kevin Hart's going to take that fucking criticism, but Doug Stanhope ain't going to take that criticism. Nobody gives a fuck what Doug Stanhope fucking says as a stand-up comedian. Doug Stanhope did an entire fucking bit for a half hour about why God hates Sarah Palin because her kid is retarded. Okay? And no one gives a shit that he did that. If Kevin Hart did that,
it's the platform.
he would be.
about his
that goes-
assisting
that goes-
suicide with his mother too. Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope tells a fucking true story about his
Wait,
mother
what
committing
you
Yeah,
suicide.
that goes with what's his name? Well, I mean, not now, but like Louis C.K. He talks
I was gonna
about
bring
white
him up
privilege.
too.
Yeah.
He talks about, and it was, and I'm black. That shit was funny as hell.
Right.
He talks about like being white and everything. I'm like, now I'm talking about like us being a bigger, greater race than black people, but. It's good to have white
here's
privilege.
another thing.
No, hold on. The reason why, if you go back in
My
time,
thing is,
and black people
funny.
did.
It's funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
Yo, it was
funny,
funny.
it's
It was
funny.
clever.
Right.
I didn't get mad at it, and I'm black. And he talks about white privilege in a creative way where I was like, oh shit, that makes sense.
He
But it's
had
creative
one
and
special
offensive.
where he went up, and I was like, I was kind of like. Do I keep watching? I don't know, because
Yeah,
like
he-
one of his
he-
things.
oh, yeah.
Well, like,
Louis
he was like, it was a
C.K.
stand
Yeah.
thing, but he was like, he
Yeah.
started like getting into like the military. He's like, so you decided to join the military. And you didn't think you'd lose a leg, and that's not your fault. And I'm like, is this funny? Like, I don't know if I can hit the funny button or not.
There's a couple
But,
jokes
like,
where he like
in a row
and shit.
Yeah,
like, you know, just
and
to
then-
part
dude,
of his
that might have been
I'm
the
like,
second
yo,
special.
I saw him live at the Opie and Anthony traveling. What was it called? The Traveling Virus we went to,
Right.
which was the most brutal comedy show I have fucking. It was just fucking
Brutal as far as,
racist,
like,
rape
It was
jokes
yeah.
and AIDS jokes, like kind of crowd. That's the fuck it
And
was.
did he have to do
And-
I was at
and-
that tour.
But here's the
That
thing,
was the tour where Bill Burr fucking shredded the
Oh,
crowd in
fucking
Philly.
Bill Burr.
dude.
Yeah.
But here's
Oh,
another
because
thing.
they
But here's the
were
thing. Here's the thing
booing,
too.
Burr.
But there's
Burr.
another thing
Burr.
that's starting to happen.
Don Herrera.
Don Herrera, yeah, yeah.
Before he
A
died.
lot of these
And that
comics,
was the
though,
most brutal.
a lot of these comics though nowadays they're starting to address these issues that used to be very sensitive from a more intelligent point of view. When you say Louis C.K. did that and it's still funny, it's because his fucking approach is tactful now.
Yeah.
You know? But back in the
It's
day,
not
people
anymore.
didn't
Well,
require
yeah, not
a
anymore.
certain amount of tact.
Remember
to
Bob
do
Saget?
certain-
About that
Did you ever hear
sexual
Bob
assault shit.
Saget?
Bob
Bob
stand
Saget's
up?
brutal. Brutal
Oh, Bob
stand-up.
Saget. Yeah, Bob
Horrifying.
Like, what the hell?
Saget.
No,
Bob
like,
Saget. You ever saw
seriously,
Bob
like, what the
Saget
fuck?
stand up?
Like, you
Yeah,
listen
that
to
shit
you
is-
listen to him and you're
How
like,
many
Don't you
Dave Coulier
fuck my
jokes
daughter.
can I hear in a
Don't you
row?
fuck my daughter.
No.
Some shit like he said.
No,
I'm like, yo,
that
fuck my
guy's
mouth,
fucking
okay?
brutal.
Brutal.
I'm
It's
like, yo, what the
cringy.
And then
Yeah.
no,
Cringy.
Yeah.
You can't even like
okay,
oh,
Jesus, is he really talking?
Yeah, like,
joke with all
And
of
you see the
his.
people there, they show the audience, they're like,
They're like, oh man, they're like nervous laughing.
See,
Like,
no, like
or like, that's like black people in there and they got some white people. He says like some type of racial joke, and there's some black people sitting there. They're like, should we laugh? Because
no.
they got
and then the comedian and the comedian noticed it. He was like, I see all the white people. They didn't want to laugh at that joke. A lot of black people laughing. The white people were like,
wait, I want to come back. Wait, go ahead. Finish what you're saying. I want to come back to that.
All of his comic friends thought that the joke was that he's this dad on
On
this
the show.
fucking show,
Right,
like
yeah,
Full
yeah.
House, and he's like this nice guy, but he's nothing from it. So this guy,
this is total opposite.
this guy would like do like a like stand up. People like, oh, it's the guy from Full House. Let's
Bring
see
the
what this
kids.
is.
Yeah, bring the kids,
No,
right?
Dude,
don't do
Hell
that.
no.
Don't do that.
I heard during one show he just like unzipped his zipper, pulled his dick out for like the rest of the match.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yo, he's
Meanwhile,
crazy.
4 years ago, I got this ad on
Oh!
Facebook or something like that. See Dave Coulier for $10 over here. I'm like, see
$10.
Dave Coulier for $10.
Yeah.
I go there, I paid to see him. Meanwhile, Dave Coulier, all his jokes are fart jokes. It's like you walk in, it's all he talk about farting.
He's like, hey guys, Bron. And you're like, oh.
And I'm like, all right, well, I can see why this was $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
all
this
fart
is
jokes
great.
pretty
Real-
much.
real safe.
And then he did a lot of Full House jokes, so it's like complete opposite of.
No, like Bullwinkle or anything.
He did some Bullwinkle, obviously, and the cut it out thing.
Oh,
and then,
man.
Now let's go to
Wait,
I
took it-
dad, the nice
I took
fucking
it-
dad. What are you
I
talking
took it
about?
even
Fuck this
further. I took it
motherfucker's
further because
daughter.
while he was on stage, he was like, "Hey, after this, I'm doing a free meet and greet. Just get in the line over here." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, fuck this.
Fuck yeah.
I got nothing going on." So I went to the meet and greet. So I'm sitting there, I put my arm around him, like, "Good to see you." And one of his first things that I remember from my childhood, was that show Out of Control with that. I don't know. I feel like you know. And so
I
I'm
know
just
what
sitting
you're
there
talking
posing for a
about.
picture with him, like, dude, Out of Control changed my youth. I fucking loved it. And he was just like, he didn't remember. And then, like, as I'm like walking away, he's like, Out of Control, really?
Wow.
And I was just like, yeah, well, that's when you were funny.
That's when you were funny.
Boom! Damn.
That's where you
But it's like he like
nice.
forgot
See, that-
about
walk away.
that.
That's a good
Yeah.
joke. He should have laughed at that.
He should.
He should like if you really appreciate comedy, you need to be able to take a hit like that against yourself.
But like
True.
seriously, he was just fart jokes and then brought up some stuff from Full House. I wish I saw Bob Saget instead, because that'd have been something more to talk about.
How would guys like Richard Pryor and George Carlin exist right now?
Oh God,
George
no!
Carlin.
George Carlin.
They
no.
wouldn't
Yeah, they
fucking
probably,
care.
yeah, they
I
probably,
saw Carlin.
they would drag
You did?
George Carlin.
They would still be
Well,
making
Can I tell you something?
Love George
Can I tell you something fucked up?
Atlantic
And
City.
this is something I really believe, and I want you guys' opinion on this. And I don't want to turn this into a political conversation.
Oh,
exactly.
hey, steady.
But I will say
talk about
this:
it.
Well, we're afraid.
guys like Carlin,
You ready? You like? Let's
guys
go.
like Carlin and Richard Pryor, I feel like in a twisted, fucked up way now, would be more appreciated by Republicans in general than Democrats.
Oh,
It's
for
like
sure.
the way
Because
Trump is.
because Republicans
Absolutely.
are like, oh yeah, these guys say whatever the fuck they want,
Yeah.
because they kind of miss the point a little bit.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Democrats, on the other hand, because it
more
seems to be getting
conservative
more and
now.
more extreme, they're kind of like, you can't say those things or talk about
Oh,
those
yeah, they're
things.
a little more
So,
snowflakey.
yeah, so they
How
don't want to
ironic,
hear it.
though. Because did you
It's-
see fucking Trump lost his mind about that Saturday Night Live skit they
Yeah.
did?
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
wonderful
yeah.
Well, I
idea.
wanted to
He
bring
wants
up-
to ban.
He wants
ban him.
to. He wants to take them to court.
court,
over
take
this
them up,
shit.
Well, I wanted to bring up that before when we were
fuck outta
talking
here.
about
Yo,
satire
you're
and stuff like that.
trying to turn this
Dana
shit into a
Carvey back
dictatorship,
in the
bro.
90s was welcomed to the White House multiple times from
Oh, yeah.
George Bush.
Right.
George Bush was like, you do a fantastic job of making fun of me. I love you. And they actually developed a friendship. But could you imagine? I mean, who's making fun of Trump now on Saturday?
Barack Obama
It's
had,
Alec Baldwin.
That's what I thought. It's still Alec Baldwin.
What's his
Whatever
name?
his name is. Keir
But the
Peele.
problem is Alec Baldwin
Oh,
is
yeah.
actually vocally
Jordan
very
Peele?
political.
Luther
Yeah.
the translator.
Whereas Dana
Yeah.
Carvey wasn't a political figure in the 90s. He was just a comedian.
Oh, Alec Baldwin it does.
Yeah. But like
That
you,
guy's always in trouble,
you don't
dude.
know if
Yeah.
Dana Carvey's a Democrat or Republican. He's like, I'm getting paid to make fun of the
Yeah.
president. Doesn't matter what I am.
Right.
Became friends with George Bush. Alec Baldwin clearly doesn't like Trump. doing satire. So of course Trump's not going to invite him over. But if Alec Baldwin approached the situation like, I'm not political, I'm just a comedian making fun of the president, Trump might be like, hey, you're really fucking funny. That skit kid? I don't know.
I don't think he can
I
take a
appreciate
joke.
what you're saying.
Yeah, but I couldn't think
very
George Bush would take a joke
narcissistic
either.
dude.
I don't know.
He's like, nah.
George Bush might have been a piece of shit, but he had a sense of humor. Hold on.
He's got a fragile ego, man.
DJ Alien is in the
Yeah,
chat.
Trump's a little weird.
Oh my
He's
god.
fragile.
I just want to say hello to the chat. DJ Alien's in the chat. Justin Fulham is in the chat. What's up, man? Wade Wilson was in the chat. Looks like he had to bounce, though. Soraya is in the chat. There's my mom is in there. Mike Jolitz is there. Brandon is there.
My cousin Joe.
Holy Cousin Joe is there. Let's see.
Hey, my mom.
Mom, what are you
Hi,
doing
Mom.
today?
Mom, you didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, look what you created. Aren't you proud, though? Can somebody get me a beer? I really appreciate
Yeah,
if someone could
gotcha.
get
I'll
me a
get you
beer.
one.
I would appreciate maybe
I'm gonna shoot already.
maybe a Guinness out of the
Oh,
fridge.
you like those other weird ones?
Yeah.
The weird ones.
So anyway, is it right for them to kick Kevin Hart off? That was the point of my question.
I thought he left though.
Yes, because
Oh man, but that's
Because they were
that's
like,
a
if
twist.
you apologize,
like
you
I
can
said,
do it.
I took my side already. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
think he
think
did
so.
the right
but
thing.
Well, my question.
you know how the committee is.
Yeah, sure.
When it comes to not even just the Oscars, the
Thank you,
Grammys,
sir.
you know how the committee is.
Sure. Well, here's
Is that Yingling?
It is, you know.
Oh shit.
I gotta calm down. This seltzer's got me off.
Dancing underneath it.
I know, man. A good seltzer's gonna fuck you up, buddy. A good seltzer's gonna fuck you up.
Right.
Oh, the strawberry.
But here's the thing about it, man. Like, I made the point that somebody posted about Kevin Hart, and I said, you know, God forbid these people listen to a fucking Eddie Murphy album from the 70s.
Right.
I think their heads would explode. And somebody said, yeah, but Eddie Murphy came out and apologized for a lot of things he said. I said, okay, good point then. I said, so what does that mean? Every fucking time Eddie Murphy's asked to do something now, he has to apologize for something he said in
that's really-
1978?
yeah, right.
Like, every single time? Is that what's necessary now? And I said, how the fuck come it's always so easy for everybody to find all the fucked up shit people have done, but when they redeem themselves or do something good, and it goes in every direction too, by the way. People get pissed off about Colin Kaepernick because of this, but nobody wants to fucking follow the fact that he's donated X amount of dollars to help
his own
people,
money,
all
yeah.
this fucking money
There
out
you
of his
go.
pocket to help people, and nobody can find that shit. And I feel like people place more of their identity behind what they're going to get mad about.
Yeah.
And that gives them identity. Like, whatever the fuck I'm mad about gives me a better identity than whatever I'm proud of, happy about, or
I
whatever
also,
I'm gonna.
I also
yeah,
think
preach.
it's just like kind of like a circle jerk mentality. Like, I want all these other people that think this way to like what I'm saying,
Right,
and
you're right.
to do that so that they feel like, oh, look at me, I'm doing
Right, the
I'm
comfort
I'm
of an
saying
echo
the
chamber.
right thing. So
Hey, at the
I
end
look
of the
good
day-
to other people that don't give a shit.
Sure.
It's like, well,
At the
why
end of the
don't you
day,
just say, you know,
if you're
like,
wrong,
how
you
you
can
feel
always
about
pull
it,
the
you know,
Mandela
instead of
effect
playing
card
until you-
and be like, I'm not alone.
That's
There's
the
a
reason why I
million
took a
people
hiatus
that
off of
don't
social media,
realize
man.
it.
I just had to get off of that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
it's
No, there's like an old mentality that I have in my head that was engraved in me when I was like a little kid, and I can't be the only one that had this mentality either. But like, if you're offended, that's your problem.
Exactly.
That's not my problem.
Yeah,
If something
exactly,
I do
exactly.
pisses you off, that's innate to like who I am and like what I am as a
Nothing to
being.
do with me.
Has nothing to do with me. If you're offended, there's something you have to work out.
I just wish people. I wish people would be able to differentiate a little bit more clearly about what is feeding into a negative zeitgeist versus what is simply set up as a joke. So you and I talk all the time about. You and I
People
always
are
say.
stupid.
We always say. I can care.
That's me.
Yeah,
I
that's
can-
not-
we
people
can-
don't end it right there.
We always say I can care about your issue and also make fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I need you to understand that I can
Right.
do that.
I
and
make fun of
that's-
everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
It's my way of
You
coping with
fucking
reality.
have to be like, okay, I know it sucks for you. Like it's the old adage, it's always funny when it's not you.
Yeah.
Be like,
It's funny when
okay,
it is you
yeah,
too. You
yeah.
have to just look at it that way.
One of my favorites is Daniel Tosh, and I don't know if it actually
so good.
happened, but like he did the stand up, and he was supposedly in the joke. Like I said, I didn't research if it was real life, but he was asked to do a speech, a commencement speech for graduating,
God.
and after his speech, these people came up to him and was like, "You fucking dick!" Like, couldn't you? We thought like you would actually be like inspiring person. And he was like, whoa, this is where you thought I'd draw the line.
This is
like, they're like, oh, high school, like stealing his jokes right now. Oh, high school.
Now
How
that
would
is
you do
somebody
it?
dedicated
He's
to
like-
his craft.
Right. He was like,
You know?
I got
Exactly.
up there and I was like, I'm gonna be real with you right now. 2 of you are going to die tonight in a DUI accident. 3 of you are going to be felons within the next 5 years. 10% of you are going to be unemployed, and then he was just super real.
What the
and like,
fuck?
right? But when he got off, people were like, "What's wrong with you?" And he was just like, "What's wrong with you? You asked me to be here. This is who I am." Like,
here's the thing, for me,
That's crazy.
This is my comedy.
Yeah, like you
where I'm
expect me
coming
to be
from,
so smart.
right,
right.
But I don't know if he actually did it. It could have just been his act, his joke,
I'll tell you
his
what, though.
routine. But if
I
For
really
me,
hope he did.
if I
I really
saw a
hope he
comedian, if I saw a comedian at a commencement speech go up on stage and kill it, I'd be like, that's a successful person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's because
Right.
he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, he's making
amazingly.
Yeah.
Like we're all laughing, or I'd
Yeah.
probably be the only asshole laughing. Like when you go to a Neil
Yeah, you
Hamburger.
I think that's the whole point
Neil
of a
Hamburger.
comedian. Like he wants you to feel something. He wants you to feel angry, laugh at things that are uncomfortable.
Sure, yeah.
That's
You know
what
what
the
made
whole
he
shit
wants you to be
is.
uncomfortable.
He wants you to be
He
uncomfortable.
kind of does.
Jim
Yeah.
Carrey in this movie called Dark Crimes or some shit.
I tried watching.
Man, I could not help myself but laughing at this motherfucker in a serious role. Like,
Yeah.
just the slightest face he makes me fucking
Makes you
like.
laugh.
Yeah.
Because that's
Like,
his,
I know he's being
that's his
That's what he
serious,
does.
but
That's
it's
what he
like
does.
he goes.
man.
Like just the slightest like cheek movement, and I'm
The
just
mask.
like, he's gonna do something.
Hey, that's the Ace Ventura look right there, bro.
Or he pulls up in the car and he's like looking out the window. It's like Dumb and Dumber in my head when he's like looking out the window. You know, like I can't
Where's the
take him
chip too?
seriously.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
But dude, fucking Dave Chappelle was the king of making people laugh at shit that was supposed to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
He was the fucking king of that, dude.
And he made fun of himself at the same time.
And that is what made Patrice O'Neill great too.
Patrice O'Neill didn't give a fuck.
He made fun of his own diabetes so hard.
Like, are you okay?
That it killed him.
He was like, I'm gonna get your foot cut off, and you're in here just laughing and shit. Like he was just fucking great at that, dude.
He had the whole race thing. It's like, okay, yeah, you're a white woman. I'm suffering from diabetes. I might lose a toe. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit. I mean, real shit.
I'm glad I got to see him before.
Talk about his demons and make it laugh. Make it laugh. It's like what Richard Pryor did.
Yeah,
I got to see
yeah,
it,
man.
though.
You were gonna say something. I'm sorry.
Nah, it just goes back to people are just mad sensitive nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
it
no
sucks.
fucking reason.
And like, but why? What happened?
I think people think, like, if you watch, like the Eminem movie, Bodied, right? If you watch the SJWs in that
I
movie,
still gotta watch that.
the people, they actually legitimately think that they're being good people by the way they're reacting to certain
Right.
things.
Exactly.
And what kills me about it,
Like a social justice warrior mentality.
exactly right.
And you have to be offended all the
I
time.
have to
That's
be
like a
offended by
superpower.
yeah, I should be
That's
offended
like
by
your
this,
offended
and
by
I can
that. That makes me a
deconstruct
good
for
guy.
you exactly why. And it's like, yeah, but why does everybody skip over that little stone in the fucking pathway where it's like you're supposed to be able to differentiate serious from joke?
Right.
What's feeding into the system in a negative way, and what's you coping with it or being able to communicate with people about it? You know what I mean? Like, and that gets lost by them. They're just instantly angry. Everything.
But what
is
made it
a 10
socially
at once.
acceptable to be offended into thinking that you're doing good? Like, what made
The
people
internet.
think, like,
The
hey,
internet. It brings people
internet.
together because
Because
everything
because
is a
you
gang of people
everybody
now.
Is it
now
because you
has
can
a voice.
express your emotions
Yeah.
behind
Yep.
a cloak,
Exactly.
so that when you're actually in real life,
This happened to me
Yeah,
today.
go say shit in real life.
I posted
Exactly.
something about
Yeah,
the
go say shit.
Santa being gender neutral or
I
something.
saw that too. I was like, what?
And
Hold on, we're gonna talk about that when we come back
Wait
from the
a
break.
minute.
What?
We
We
gotta
gotta
hold that
talk
one.
What?
Hold on. No, we're not allowed to talk about it until we come back. We all gotta hold it in.
deal.
Hold it in.
Okay.
We're gonna
Oh,
cut to
this
our
is
break.
fucking good.
Now listen,
Oh, yeah, I
our
gotta hear this.
break is going to be we're gonna be playing Lucille by Ray
yeah.
Strife and Darnell Ilamega.
Yes.
Nice.
We got some
Dope.
ice in the face in there for anybody who's watched it, ever seen it
let's
before.
be king of
Let's
the
go
Strife.
Strife podcast. And then we're also at the end of this same break. It's going to be Ray Strife and Ilamega's Ugh. It's going to be played.
That's my response to everything.
So
now.
you let me know. You let me know when we're
Good
off.
morning. Oh,
God, don't tell me.
kill me
about
right
it.
now.
Rick Grimes with rhymes. Woke up in the hospital, 30 stitches in my arm. Anything is possible. I don't panic, keep my calm. I enjoy the obstacles and I don't shy away from harm. Me, I got a job to do. You other guys can buy the farm. 8 staples in my head, but I never back down. Staying cool while seeing red, writing all these raps down. Play these fools my bottom 10, it's like a fucking smackdown. Mad applause at every show, now that's what I call clap rounds. Walking out my room, it's looking like the Thriller video. Left a sick girl behind, dead another silly hoe. Garth and his lifestyle, come with the Frank Miller flow. Hit you with my Lucio, capture it on video. Ex-chick is safe out of town in clown college. Stress for the job you want, now that's some profound knowledge. Me and Lil Omega see you, everything is now solid. Trenton resident is evil, keeping my compound honest. I'm a dead man walking, ex-bitches stalking, Evil Dead prophecy, rap Chris walking. Running circle round you geeks, coming with the sick flow. Darnell said I'm Daryl Dixon. Woke up in a new world, Americo Vespucci. If you really killing something, doggy, then that's news to me. Young ladies confusing me, then they try to neuter me. Apologies, I'm married to the musically exclusively. Ding dong, your theme song, it seems wrong. The strings come in smash frames, cause my family's gone. If you just surviving, then your team can't really be strong. Rap dreams in the night sky, coming from the great beyond. Me, I'm never looking back, stocking up the arsenal. Looking out for myself and saving cats I hardly know. Put it all out for my crew, I cannot say impartial, no. I live in deadness, these cats staying farcical. Dawn of the DK, skate the empty freeway. FG gets me my ethical leeway. Rocking on the party mic, it's nice to finally meet Ray. Zombie girls can get the brains, just dying to eat Ray.
So now, I'm gonna beat the holy hell out of one of you.
I'm a dead man walking, ex-bitches stalking, Evil Dead prophecy, rap Chris walking. Running circle round you geeks, coming with the sick flow. Darnell said I'm Daryl Dixon, wishing I was Rick though.
Taking it like a train.
You're listening to Ice. And the face.
No, please, I insist.
Oh, well, just getting a little freaky in here.
Yeah.
It's definitely hot, that's for
It's
sure.
hot.
It's hot in here.
It's hot in the studio.
So hot. So, Sarah, what are we going to talk about first this evening? Yep.
Take it away.
Oh, God.
Yes.
So I was reading this really long list of failed fast food ideas.
Oh, these got to be healthy as fuck.
I remember some of these, and I was actually surprised that it actually sparked a pretty strong memory.
Because those commercials, man.
Yeah, because they're the commercials.
They're hypnotic.
This is only out for 3 weeks. You have to eat it now.
Yeah, it's now or never.
But there were quite a few that I actually don't remember at fucking all. They're from the 70s. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so McDonald's made onion nuggets.
That's crazy.
I think that's a fucking great idea.
Well, hey, the Outback has the bloomin' onion.
So it's like a baby version of that.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever seen, I think it might be Outback that does like onion petals or whatever.
Yeah.
It's exactly that. It's just,
Yeah, I just said the
battered
bloomin' onion.
pieces of fucking onion.
Yeah, it's just onion chunks, but you know.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like if they brought that back now, it would make so much fucking
No, because
money.
people would be like, gross, a vegetable.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Plus, if you're
Just
on a
eat
date,
the breading.
if you're on a date and you drive through
Right.
and you pick up onion nuggets, you know, sex isn't going to be the most pleasant thing later on.
Also,
You're
I'm picturing like pearl onions, like just like a whole onion dropped into a fryer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
weird. Like the idea of just eating a whole, like an onion ring.
Yeah, but this is less onion than an onion ring.
I know, but it's like a sphere. I'm picturing.
It's not a sphere.
Yeah, but
it's
if you're
just
eating-
it's just a petal.
But if you're like
it's
eating
just
a bag of
dainty
them,
petal.
but if you're eating a bag of them, it's like you just sat there and ate a whole fucking onion, and now you're gonna try to make out with some chick that you're
I'd
with.
rather say I ate a whole onion than I ate like an entire fucking cheese wheel.
You know,
true.
When making
There's
comparisons,
nothing wrong with a
the
fucking
one thing,
onion.
but I will say that the onion is an immediate problem, whereas the cheese wheel is a problem definitely tomorrow morning.
I think my
agree.
comment on a lot of these is going to be what kind of sauces are we working with these?
Yeah.
because it's the 70s, right? So it's like
So
ketchup.
it's just ketchup.
That's all you get.
Yeah, they didn't have their sauce game up pretty
Nothing.
high then.
You get a packet of mustard.
Yeah.
if you want to go crazy.
Heinz has gone wild with their sauce game. I don't know if you've
Have they?
seen it
I haven't
lately, but
seen.
they've got like musky barbecue and like sweet coal wood chip and all kinds of really good shit for nugget dipping.
All right.
And onion ball dipping.
All right.
All right. Well,
What do you
what
got
else?
Okay, so this is another one. I think
right.
if they brought it back, it would make so much money. Burger King made. Do you guys remember Shake 'em Up fries?
No.
No.
I don't either.
Okay.
So it's a bag of fries
Right.
with cheese powder in it.
Oh,
And then you shake the bag.
Yeah.
precious
coat it?
cheese dust.
Yeah, that would probably work.
Hell,
Dude,
dude, that'd be a,
there's
that'd
like
be a hit right
Dorito
now.
Taco Bell tacos and shit. Like, of
Yeah.
course that would make a lot of
but
money.
only if I can get extra dust. Like, can I get like an
Of
extra, like a
course.
side baggie of cheese dust?
And only if I don't have to shake it.
Yeah, yeah. I want it to shake itself. I want to be able to just push a button
I'm
and watch,
busy.
watch the dust cloud up in the package.
I'm
Make
busy and I'm starving.
Yeah, I don't have time for shaking it. Like, what am I? I have the things to do. I need this.
Things he do.
But I would want an extra packet of cheese. I mean, I'd be.
It's like
People
when
would be
you,
snorting that right off the
You
bar.
could put it on your onion.
right.
Fried
Your onion
onion.
puddles.
Yeah.
You're already making more sense.
Now you have to stop at like 3 different fast food places. Like get a packet of cheese from one,
Yeah.
onion balls from McDonald's.
If only they would make a fast food place that was a one-stop shopping center. Like, give me
like
a
the
Burger
combination
King,
Pizza Hut and
yeah,
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell,
Yeah.
Pizza Hut, everything, so I can
Everything.
get, a little bit of everything, so I can put it
So
together, so,
basically
it's right.
the mall.
or a rest stop.
Well, the mall's got like a Salad Works in it, and like an Asian restaurant with like grade D chicken meat.
Okay, I feel like I vaguely remember this, but I think it was before I was even born. I don't know. Do you remember the McDLT?
Yes, I remember the commercial.
And
There was
it kept
people, like,
it
dancing.
separate.
What does the D stand for?
Okay, so it was
It's
a
like-
styrofoam.
The hot stays hot and the cold stays cold.
It's like
That
lettuce,
is the
tomato, and dick.
dumbest
That's what
idea.
it was. But yeah,
Wait,
you got
what?
all.
Okay, it's a styrofoam container
thing.
with 2 holes. One is for the burger and one is for the lettuce and the tomato. So you put it on right before you eat it.
Right.
Oh.
So you can you combine it. It's more work. Like they're really making you do a lot of work.
It's just
that's why it
shake and
does-
cheese
That's why.
fries.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't hang on.
Yeah, the McDLT I think died.
Yeah, there's a reason we call it fast food. I don't have to think
I
about
don't
it.
have time to put this burger together.
You fire it through a chute directly into my face hole, and I don't have to work or think.
If the person in the window could just feed it to me, that'd be perfect. Then I'm good.
That would be ideal. That would be ideal because I don't want to get my hands all grimy either. I
But
got
also,
places
like,
to be.
once anything touches that meat, it's not going to stay cold. I mean, like,
Yeah.
how cold do you need your lettuce to be on a burger? Like, who gives a shit?
And
Yeah.
how hot can you possibly make meat and put it in a
Right.
styrofoam packaging before it melts the styrofoam? Styrofoam doesn't hold up well.
No,
You know.
everything was put into styrofoam.
that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
right.
sure if undercover condoms had existed back then, they would have been selling
Oh yeah.
styrofoam.
You would have gotten a
condoms.
big styrofoam hunk.
It's all
with a-
squeaking when
yeah,
you go
yeah,
in.
it's like, and then you pull it apart, and there's one condom in the center.
No, I meant when you fuck.
It's made of styrofoam.
Oh, a styrofoam condom.
Yeah.
That would be interesting because you could beef up your cock size with that by thickening it with styrofoam thickness.
I guess.
Chafing, though. A lot of chafing.
Oh, for everybody.
For everybody.
Everybody. And if the styrofoam splits,
forget it.
I mean, how would you know? Well, I know how you'd know. You'd know because suddenly it would feel real good, and you'd be like, well, and then you pretend you're like,
everything's fine.
I bet everything's fine down there. And then you're like, oh shit, I can't believe this.
I'll check later.
Yeah, I'll check later. What else?
I remember this one. The Burger King enormous omelet sandwich.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
That one I clearly remember because I remember thinking that it sounded good.
The enormous omelet
but
sandwich.
It was
An omelet on
apparently
a sandwich.
too big. It was too big. It was too enormous.
Well, let me just say, nowadays there's no such thing.
Too enormous omelet sandwich.
No such thing today. Today they'd be like,
I
too
agree.
small.
Another thing that it's just that their time hadn't come yet.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
their time is fucking here, dude.
would have
Bring
ever-
back the cheese powder because you're gonna have fucking assholes lining up for days
To be
in
honest.
like tents and shit.
How much better would it be instead of getting a bag of Doritos, you just got a fucking solid brick of cheese dust that you
put
just
it on
scooped
whatever.
out with a
Wouldn't
spoon?
a brick of cheese dust just be a brick of cheese?
Well, when it's sealed in the bag, it's brick-like, but when you open it, it all dusts down.
It's like when you get a bag of ice and you're gonna drop it on the floor to break it
Yeah,
up.
right.
It's,
You gotta-
it's like that.
you gotta
But
break your cheese brick
It's like
up.
ostrich meat.
Yeah.
I remember McDonald's had ostrich meat. That was really good.
The mixtrich.
What else?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't think. I'm trying to think of like weird crap they had. What was the one, the giant moon head guy from McDonald's?
I don't remember. Didn't he just?
No, he had his own
the wa- it was
specialized
either
sandwich.
No,
Really?
he
There
didn't.
was a
I
moon
thought
head
it was.
man sandwich?
No. Like he was promoting.
Wasn't it just a Big Mac commercial or something?
No, I feel like it was something else, but maybe you're right.
I know he had
don't
cool
know.
sunglasses and he could sing like
And
a
he could
motherfucker.
play a piano and float through the air.
Didn't he sound like Sinatra?
Oh my God!
think
Let's
so.
find the guy who played the
Played that guy.
moon face and awesome talk and reveal
That's
him.
a fucking great idea.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then like we get him on Skype and we all have moon heads on.
Oh,
Blow his mind a little.
because we're boosters.
But we're eating like when did that happen? The 80s. We're
That was
only
it, yeah.
eating 80s McDonald's food.
Yeah.
We have like McDLTs.
Yeah. And it's all authentically from the 80s. Still
Yeah.
looks the same.
It's exactly
tastes
the same.
Yeah, we just keep it in the closet.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
microwave it. It comes back to life.
It's fine.
It's
It's actually better.
Yeah. It's still because it's been
It's aged.
all that time like
Closet
cheese
aged.
or wine.
Do you
Closet
remember
aged.
Burger King making sliders to compete with White Castle?
Vaguely.
Wow, no.
3 different times they renamed it to try and get people interested.
I've only eaten Burger King maybe twice in my life. And I
Really?
always found it
That
to be a
blows my
slimy.
fucking mind.
I always found it to be a slimy,
Yeah.
When they have
situation.
fucking awesome breakfast.
I never had their breakfast before, but I love a McDonald's breakfast. I like the what's those little? They're like little breakfast sandwiches, but
The McMuffin?
the bread part are 2
McGriddles?
pancakes, the McGriddles
Gross.
with the injected syrup.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
actually never had one. I've seen them.
They
I've seen them
are-
on
I've seen
the
them in the
street.
wild.
I mean, you definitely feel the years come
Oh,
off
yeah.
the end of your life when you eat it, but it's delicious as fuck. But like worth it. You know, if you're willing to smoke cigarettes, you
Yeah,
definitely should be willing to
fuck
eat
it.
these fuckers. That's for sure.
Now I just want White Castle though.
God, it's so good.
So I haven't had White Castle in so long.
Yeah.
Chicken ring sandwiches
Yes.
are
Yeah.
Chicken rings are so
delicious.
good.
Can't beat it. I mean, even just the sound of it sounds good. A chicken ring sandwich.
But that's like as crazy as White Castle ever got. You know what I mean? Like they never really
Yeah.
came out with anything that was like
they don't need to.
they don't need to. They got it right.
Yeah.
Have
First
you
time.
ever eaten their breakfast food?
I didn't even know they had breakfast food.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, what is their breakfast
a
food?
square pancake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Square egg.
I hope so.
Like, how did you get a square
Well,
hard-boiled egg? A square sunny
Well,
side up egg?
McDonald's makes square eggs, don't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they just put it in the. I mean, it comes in the freaking microwave. I'm sure, but
yeah.
you know.
It's just like a pile of egg patties,
Right.
pre-done.
Slice them
whatever.
up, just how you like it.
Yeah.
just like Mom used to make.
This is on the Independent. Contestants leave bleak wilderness after a year to find that their reality show is not on the air anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. Some contestants reportedly resorted to eating chicken feed grit and had to go to a local village for dental work. So they basically wandered out in the wilderness for a reality show. They canceled the
There's
show.
like-
the producers was like, fuck them. They'll figure it out.
How do they not realize there's no fucking cameras around anymore?
Maybe they
Like,
think
I
it's
don't-
all hooked up in the trees. I don't know. Like Tropic Thunder.
It's all drones.
Yeah, it's all drone filmed, right?
Wait, where was this? It was like Arizona.
you would just never know.
In an unwitting piece of postmodern art, the final 10 contestants in Channel 4's reality show Eden have left a remote corner of the West Highlands in Scotland to find not celebrity and book deals, but that the show had not been on TV in months and has long since dropped out of the collective pop culture conversation. It's been gone for so long, people forgot that it even happened, and they're out there still fighting to stay alive.
Oh, please.
Like battling
What are
bears.
they fighting? Like
Well,
giants,
the elements, you know?
like
Yeah.
just in the middle of Scottish Highlands, just giants throwing boulders. Like, what the fuck is going on?
a one-eyed
Like-
giant.
like a herd of like mountain goats, or like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
trampling
They're
their
mating.
campground.
They're mating with the goats now.
They're wearing whale skins.
Yeah, and like, where did you get these whale skins in the woods?
Just talking to a confessional booth. There's just no camera.
Yeah,
You're just
right.
like talking to no
yeah,
one.
yeah. They go and they sit down on the little log, and they're like, John just thinks he can eat all the goat balls, but they're for all of us.
It
And
makes
like,
me really sad. Okay.
yeah. I just really need this to be over soon. He's been
I wish
saying
they
it for
would
8
feed
months.
us. I'm so hungry.
We ate one of the contestants.
That's what would happen eventually.
Totally. Yeah.
They would all just turn.
Yeah, because you can't keep eating pine cones and shit, because that'll tear your asshole in
Then
half.
it's Cannibal Island at that point.
Yeah, right. But I like that one went to a local village. He like stopped in for dental work and
All
then
right,
went
if you
back out in
guys
the
were
woods.
like stuck out with someone else and you knew that it was gonna get down to that you'd have to eat each other,
Yeah.
would you think it was better for one to kill the other and then have the meat? Or would it be better for you guys to come up with a plan where you strategically cut body part off by body part and then just have a lot of barbecues?
But but you get to still eat yourself. Like you're still alive.
Like we go
So
back
you're
and forth.
still alive at least
But
for
you're,
a while.
You're eating your arm. But
Yeah.
you're-
Right, so like John,
Yeah.
we take his arm, and then next week he takes my arm,
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah.
because we're trying to buy time here.
Right.
Yeah.
Because maybe, the producers will come back.
Yeah, maybe
To save us.
they'll find us. We keep screaming help into
And we're
the
just
night.
two torsos.
So wait, which one
Yeah.
would you prefer?
I'd prefer to cut my own arm off and eat it because I'd still be alive for a while.
Yeah, right, probably.
But you could take the challenge and kill your
Here's the
your
thing:
bro.
if I killed John,
Right.
and the meat would only stay good for a short amount of time.
Yeah, but if you were in an icy tundra, then you would bury
It's
it.
different. It's different. You bury the meat in the snow, and then you can eat it whenever you
Frozen John meat
Yeah.
nuggets.
You'd kill me, and then 30 seconds later, you hear the helicopters coming in. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we're here. Like, God damn it.
I still continue to eat you anyway. I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm just tearing
They
flesh.
make them over and they're eating too.
And I'm like, hey, and then I just kick snow over
Yeah.
over your
Oh,
body.
yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
fine.
I don't know what happened to him.
He flew out.
Yeah, he bailed a long time ago. I think he went home.
He said he didn't want to be on the show anymore.
I mean, he
Yeah.
flew out of the plane.
He said Channel 4 sucked ass and fuck you guys. I stuck it out.
And he left his arm so we'd remember him.
Yeah.
You hold up the arm and it's giving the finger.
Yeah, it's what he would have wanted.
It's all that's left because I ate the other fingers. What do we have next?
And then also the next question is, what is the conversation around the fire that night?
Yeah.
Let's say
no
like
one's
you're
making eye
stuck
contact.
eating
Yeah,
Rick's
right.
fingers
Right.
one night.
Right, and I gotta
And they're all
watch.
like floating in a stew.
Yeah, right. It's a
In a big cauldron.
It's a Rick finger
for some
stew.
reason.
They're all like just floating in a stew.
And I would have to just because it's my
Salt water.
personality, I would have to look at John and right after he takes the first bite, I would be like, dude, if only you knew where those fingers have been.
Yeah.
If only I could.
How hungry are you?
Yeah, how
really?
hungry are you? Let me tell you some tales. And then we start telling all kinds of weird stories. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't want to die on Cannibal Island. I know that much.
No, not for anything. 13 contestants had already quit.
So they just left?
The groundbreaking social experiment.
There's just one guy left. I'm still on the show, right?
Man.
I'm winning.
The last 10 have left, and the end of the show was a joke. Some of the participants were even seen in the dentist needing treatment after eating chicken feed grit.
What is that? Like the rocks and crap?
Yeah, it's a
that they-
little feed that the chickens eat. Yeah. Oh, man. I'd be pissed. I think there's a lawsuit here.
There's always a lawsuit.
I mean, but what are the producers thinking? Like, how do you go home at night and be like, you know, we didn't find everybody, but
maybe they just forgot.
You know, I mean, how's that kid like? Okay, so like they're like out there for a fucking year, which means you went through the holidays and everything with your family,
right?
And like the families of these people weren't
Maybe
calling.
they just didn't know. Maybe
They, like,
think
miscounted?
about being on the set of a show. Like your job is your world. Like you're not really paying attention to everybody else's thing. Like
Big
you're
Brother or
doing
whatever,
one
like,
thing
you don't
and
know
then
what's
you go
happening
home.
outside.
But somebody knows they're out there. Somebody knows that everybody didn't come back. I mean, there had to be waivers that were signed and shit, right?
The old-timey village dentist
Yeah,
knows.
the waiver said we're allowed to leave you in the middle of the forest for dead.
But unfortunately,
Right, you should've read
Sign
it.
here.
Unfortunately, the people of this local village, they speak their own dialect that no one understands. It's just a bunch of clips and glorps.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Hey, thanks for fixing my teeth. He's like, gluck, gluck, gluck. He's like, I think you fixed him. I don't know.
He's a barber, but he's like cutting off my head. All right. Seems fine.
He's, you know, multi-talented.
Hop in the shower, wash the spit off my dick. A hopeless romantic with a little too short in the mix. Dating after a breakup's like staring at the abyss. But the abyss blinks first, so I just couldn't resist. Every time we say goodbye, it's like a Greek tragedy. The key to my heart is looking good while you're mad at me. I thought my interest in the other team had atrophied. Just needed some me time to recharge the batteries. Skinny jeans sagging, no I'm not bragging. My drum is always banging while the rap game is stagnant. At least if we travel, there's plenty of baggage. I thought she was the queen, seems I'm dating the dragon. If I'm getting too old, you should be better rappers. Get off of your vocals and put me out to pasture. You get down in the studio, but what about after? If your set's not funny, you're not supposed to hear laughter. But you know that's hard to stay determined when you come home to your girl looking like Uma Thurman. Eric Stoltz trying to hang up on you like vermin. Cupid's arrow to the chest, wake up with a burning. I say goddamn, I say a lot of things, that's just who I am. Hip hop and romance intersect at slam, and part ways and back the fuck up from where I stand. And if I'm feeling like a sucker, then it's justified. And if I really love her, then I should just run and hide. Better wear rubbers when it rains, don't come inside. Thinking of each other from here to formaldehyde. I wanna take this hammer and put it through my forehead. Maybe put it through my teeth and smile, cause the Lord's dead. It's nice to get to know someone for once before bed, instead of just fucking in a stall after eating cornbread. Maybe break my left hand and ruin the rest of my year. Maybe take a step back and ingest another beer. Maybe do some drugs tonight or keep my lungs clear. Love's underdog is here for his date, have no fear. Scene high, bean doo-wah, break my fucking neck trying to eat quinoa, picking up the check in debt. Meanwhile, get outside a burning trash can and sing doo-wah. But I always get to dinner late, looking at the doorknob instead of cleaning off my plate. Clean up my face, clean off the slate. Like how many other dudes are on this fucking date, yo? take myself out the equation. How do I get myself in this shit? Fucking outrageous. All I wanted here was a relationship. Basics, faceless, competing with inmates, I can't escape it. How am I better than this than everyone I know? How is the fucking bar set so fucking low? I mean, I heard a dinner and a fucking show, but I'm the star of this one and nobody here let me know. And it goes. And it goes. And it goes. And it goes. Happy birthday, Marty. Happy birthday, Marty. Happy birthday, Marty. Happy birthday.
I really hope that.
I'm on board now.
Yeah. Oh,
where you
back.
going with this?
But like, what kind of
How-
werewolf are you talking
The
about?
fucking werewolf, like in American Werewolf in London.
Okay, like once a month, full
Twilight.
moon, only
Nah,
on
I'm
full
kidding.
moon.
No, not Twilight.
No, I'm fucking with you.
You're talking about
Like, I can't control
All the
myself.
time.
I'm gonna murder a bunch
Yeah,
of people.
Yeah,
You wish that was real?
You have to lock yourself in a jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
That version though.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
what you're
I might be the only one, but
Might be.
I kind of like want the zombie apocalypse to happen or some shit.
Dude,
I
I
thought
kind of
about
agree
that.
with you, man.
I always thought about it. I thought about going to work today. I was like,
I just kind of feel
I
like
always
make
thought
things
zombie
fair
apocalypse
again.
happened.
I always
that
thought
shit.
that that was the government's
But think
way of
about
like
the
getting us ready
implications of
for
that.
that. Was like the zombie
True.
shows,
Like, I think
zombie
when, like,
walks,
Family
everything
Guy,
with zombies.
you know.
I thought that
But
maybe.
why? But
you
why
know,
go through
But
the
what's
trial?
housing it?
True.
What's
Like,
housing what?
No, I mean,
Damn, bro, you got now you got me thinking. Who
Just
saw
so you
the-
guys know, we're back on the air. Just so everybody's aware.
Cool.
Awesome talk.
We came back.
Now
I
that
just want to
we're
say
aware,
what's up,
cheers.
about the impending zombie apocalypse. What's up, Banders in the chat? What's up, Nick? Awesome talk. I'm just saying it. That's how he said it. Okay, everybody, say hello. Okay,
Caps.
continue with what we're talking about. The zombie
Wait, so
apocalypse.
you were saying?
Oh yeah.
Somebody mentioned something about like preparation for something like that to happen.
Well, I feel like
There's actually some shit out there for with the CDC actually put up like an actual
Yeah.
preparation thing on their website, like
is
for,
fine.
in case the zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse
Uh,
happens.
Anybody see
That's
anybody?
so fucking vague.
I thought that was a hack. Though.
Like,
Yo.
like,
Anybody who
like
saw
there
who
could
saw
be
Incredibles
like anything
2?
that looked like a
I
zombie
didn't
could
yet, no,
happen from
no.
so many different things. So like, how
I
irresponsible
can't
is
even
it
bring
for
it
the
up.
CDC to just call it
But I
a
can- if
blanket
you
zombie?
put it
Like,
out there, I'll
it
pick
could
it
be a
up. But
contagious
it's like-
one. It could be like. It's just irresponsible. Like, but then again, who's gonna be attacked by hordes of zombies and then be like, "Quick, check the CDC's warnings."
I do. I do.
These guys, wait.
What does it say?
He is
They're coming through the door. Damn it! Hurry up!
They have thousands
Hold on.
of coffins.
Hold on, it's buffering.
I've
Yeah,
seen
right,
that
right.
too.
Let's hurry up
They're
before the
like
Wi-Fi
mega
goes down
coffins
too.
like the size of this room. They're not coffins
Yeah,
for
they're like-
individuals.
But
They're
I also
coffins for
read
like
that
50
they're not
people.
really coffins.
Yeah, but this is
I
also
read it's like
2008
building material,
news.
like
This is-
that's
yeah,
like
no.
being taken out of, blown out of
No,
proportion.
but it's FEMA. Yeah, FEMA has that shit.
FEMA has so much stuff, and then
They
half the
should
time-
have coffins for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
man. We're in a volatile era.
But like
Yeah.
he said, some of them are like big and like what are you doing? Like,
You
they
caught that
just
too, right?
masturbate.
Mobile masturbation.
I'm surprised nobody caught that shit.
Basically,
too.
they're ready for a massive outbreak where a lot of people die, and what they're going to do is they're going to throw you all in a big Tupperware
And they
container
stocked up on
the size of a fucking train car and ship your ass down to fucking Iowa, where no one lives.
Just put you in the hole.
Back in the Midwest again.
Ohio.
Damn.
Oh, that hurts.
All the goddamn Ohio. You just left him hanging, man.
Just left him.
My bad.
Didn't even
No, man, it happened.
It was unintentional.
That wasn't my intent.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
right,
about.
yeah.
Intentional.
Just cool.
I just want to say, Michael Farrell just joined the chat. What's up? What's up, Ben? What's up, Nick? Man. Yeah, what the
All
fuck
right.
would they want a coffee for?
So it
let's-
says
let's-
I joined. So it says I joined the chat. I'm Don DeMarco on Facebook.
It says
So
you're
it says
there.
I joined the chat, but
Yeah.
my phone has been in my pocket this whole time.
Well, that's because the government.
The government.
Oh man, the
Soon as you start
Mandela
talking about
effect.
Mandela,
I was about to say.
You think it's in your pocket, but the alternate universe you
Universe.
over 10 minutes ago.
His name is not really Rocky. It's really
Right.
Don.
That was crazy. It was weird. I was in shock.
Dude, I went
Vouch
live.
for this man.
Oh, I don't know who it is. It's government. No, it's
Okay.
I am-
You know what?
I'm gonna pull Mandela effect my boss tomorrow. I'm
I'm
gonna
putting
wait
you in
till
the back
that's
room.
alternate universe there. I'm sorry.
That was meditation right there. Yo, he's stupid.
Perfect.
Fine.
So listen, guys. So Santa Claus gender neutral. Now listen, I don't want to say anything fucked up,
Yeah,
and I don't want to. but
Why not?
But there are certain things.
Wait,
you know what we said
do you
before
have
about
a
being
tweet in 10
tactful?
years
There are
Okay, listen.
certain things you don't do.
But he's
You
but
do
Santa
not
Claus is
remake
based on
Ghostbusters.
like a real dude that actually existed.
Right,
He's not like
exactly.
the tooth fairy.
Sure.
Where
That's what
like
I
it's up
posted
for
today.
interpretation.
Damn. You know what's crazy? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
It's
real.
like
That's
people are
what
so.
the tweet was about, and like
Like he
people are
wasn't
so
invented
goddamn
by
shit on it.
Walmart.
She
It's
said
not
that
even fucking real.
she knows trans people that were getting bashed
It's like the-
because
remember-
people
remember
were
the,
saying that
Starbucks
trans people were trying to push this along.
I think it's all bullshit. I don't
Wait.
think people care about
No,
it.
no, nobody gives a
Nobody
shit about
cares.
it.
I don't think anyone was like Santa needs to be Santa.
Hold on,
Like, there's
one
not
at a
a
time.
trans-
One at a time. One at a time.
There's no transsexual that was like, I'm offended by Santa Claus. He needs to be female.
No,
too.
nobody.
How
No.
do you know?
I feel that's probably.
You're right. I don't know.
Everyone know?
You
Because I feel
like
no. You know why? Because I feel like most
Everyone's
transsexuals are completely
wait.
rational people
Most of them.
and have a rational point of view.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, just like everybody though, there's always a crazy.
There's always a crazy for sure.
No matter
No
what.
matter
you
where,
are.
no matter
Yeah,
where the fuck
there's
you're
no
from.
matter
I
what
got
you are.
it. Well, you know
No,
what?
but
I wanna
here's the
find
problem.
first,
Hold on.
first company to push that agenda. I want to go to that
Here's-
website and be like, who's running this?
Here's the
And
thing.
that's the kind of person I am, you know?
There are two things about this particular
A letter. A really mean letter.
He's like,
Even the typing is angry. Real hard.
Meanwhile,
All caps.
Enter.
All caps.
Exclamation points only.
Yeah.
by the way, I won't respond because I'm not on social media.
I'm gonna do this in all caps and show how angry I am.
this is
I'm
Dan
very angry.
at AOL.com.
I use AOL.com.
I had a friend that did that.
Oh,
shit,
you were
and
not
he was
helping
serious.
yourself.
My mom
serious,
used
like,
to say-
really
Oh
sad.
yeah, like if he had a bad experience somewhere, he would say, he'd be like, "I'm gonna write them a strong."
Oh my
word."
God, I do
She
that shit.
does that.
You do
That's
that
the funniest fucking thing I've
And I
ever
feel
read
like
in my
that's
life.
Really terrible letter.
Yo, I wonder who reads them.
We
shits
got a letter
and, like,
once. We
well,
picked it
whoever
up, and
does
I was
wrote
like
her
fucking
back.
proud of it. I was like,
Oh,
look
they
at
read
this.
them.
I got
They
a
got
letter
somebody to read
about
that shit.
Boom.
Oh wait,
got a
so
whole
back to
committee of that
Santa
shit.
Claus.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I wanted to say about Santa Claus was there's the first thing that bothered me, which is the way that it's presented. They're like, well, the jury's out. We figured it out. People want Santa Claus to be gender neutral.
The fuck
And then
you
they
sure?
but then they followed up with 1 out of 6 people says, and I'm like,
What?
how is that the fucking the
1 out of 6.
No, actually, I did the math.
Fucking
It was,
Iowa.
68
Yep.
out of 400 did
Nebraska
said
this
that.
time.
68 out of 400? So
From
how
just
is that?
one. That's only one survey though.
Right.
That's one survey. That was today or yesterday's survey.
I gotta
Now-
hear
This has been going on for like a week.
Now hold on. Now this leads to a more complicated conversation though, which is when it is and is not okay to change something about the heart of a character.
It's not a character. It's
Santa
based
Claus
on
is
a
a
real-
character.
It's based on a real person that actually fucking
Saint
existed.
Nicholas.
Okay, well that makes it even weirder.
It makes it retarded.
Well,
Yeah, it really does. I agree.
Why are we
What
talking
if
about
they were
this
like,
shit?
let's rewrite like
I wonder who pushed this
It's so
issue
ridiculous,
to the top.
and
Like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
Should be
somebody-
treated as the
Like,
same.
it's
Like
weird.
from the mailroom.
Why Santa
If
Claus
people
gotta be
like, let's
white?
Hold on,
rewrite-
wait.
rewrite a
could
Gandhi
be
movie,
nothing.
but we'll make Gandhi a woman. It's like, no, you
No.
can't. Like,
I'm
you
some
can't
man.
fucking do that.
I still need you to prove the fucking North Pole's real, first off. Then you can start pushing your Santa agenda on me. Give me some NASA
Your
photos.
Santa agenda.
Somebody actually goes, there's no else
That's a
here.
band name.
See?
Santa agenda.
What's up?
The
We're
Earth is flat.
What's up? We're the Santa agenda.
The boots they used on the moon had different treads.
Wait. Why does that boot have the Nike swoosh on it?
Yeah. And tonight at 9 o'clock, the Santa agenda. Santa agenda.
Mandela
man.
effect.
But anyway, but regardless, based on a real person or not, most people don't even fucking realize that.
Yeah, but that's still the foundation.
That's Canada.
But
But
Santa.
it's saying like Darth Vader is not Darth Vader. It's like-
Yeah, but Darth Vader's fictional.
Okay, hold on a minute
Right,
though.
exactly.
But
So
then
you
have
can do a
people-
transgender Darth Vader if you wanted to, because it's not based on a real character, right?
But real
But
life
in the
and
backstory,
fictional
he's
life
Anakin,
get crisscrossed.
Exactly.
I love Anakin Skywalker.
But there's
He's
that
great, man.
10-year
He's fucking
period. We didn't know what happened. He could have done it then.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking
I was
about?
about to
We're
go real-
talking
I was
about
to get real
Santa. Here's the thing, man.
I don't need this shit
He's got
anymore.
kids. Never mind. You're right.
You just people try to change real life as much as they try to change fictional characters. They did the same thing with the fucking the army guys from World War II who were putting the flag up. They wanted to change it to each and every race when that's not really what happened. Okay.
Sure.
Now I don't know if that's. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some things you can't fucking change, but people try to change real life. They try to change fiction. Santa Claus comes across as more of a fictional character. Most people don't even realize it's based off of a fucking real person. But my point is that sometimes I have an issue with people changing the heart and history of a character, and sometimes I feel like the timing is really bad. You made a comment the other day where you had said something about Doctor Who, and you said something about Doctor Who, making Doctor Who a woman is sort of playing into the system. But hold on, I want to respond to it because I thought there was some validity to what you said. And the validity to me was that
We don't know what Doctor Who really is.
well, Doctor Who as a character is a character that is supposed to be able to change genders, but never has before.
Okay.
But I will say,
Really?
just to speak to your
I've
point,
never watched
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Holy shit.
but to speak to your point, the reason it's problematic, the reason it's
Ghostbusters.
problematic is because of the timing of it.
Right. If it happened in the
feels like
70s, it'd been different.
it would have been like, wow, this is groundbreaking. But right now, it feels like it's placating people. But
It is.
But if you
There's a
watch it,
provoker.
but if
That's
you
what I'm
watch
saying. Who's the
it,
provoker?
she's so good at it
Yeah.
that we're finally over it.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking
You know what I'm saying? So
I have still yet to watch the new stuff, but I can understand what you're saying for sure.
yeah,
Because
Shit.
I'm just saying that some characters you can change, some characters you can't change.
Right.
Santa Claus you can't change,
And you can't.
because then you
real-
got to change
real guy.
Mrs. Claus.
Yo,
And
what-
who's Mrs. Claus?
She's fictional.
Right.
Maybe.
And then
maybe,
who are these?
maybe,
Who are these
maybe-
girls
maybe-
we're
maybe-
talking
Maybe
about?
females.
Maybe Mrs. Claus was.
What would they name
Mr.
it?
Maybe yeah, the roles reversed.
Yeah, maybe roles reversed now.
Wait, who was in the
But the
slave?
thing,
Who's
is,
Rudolph?
but the thing is this: I'm not saying there's anything
Rudolph wasn't in the
wrong with it.
Rudolph is a bully story. Sorry, that just popped in my head.
By the way,
now trying to pull
Rudolph is under
Rudolph
fire
stories.
now too. By the way,
Because it's a
I
bully
just,
story.
I just told him about the Rudolph thing. I couldn't. I should have clicked on the article that day, and I can't find it now. But
they're saying
They're saying
that
Rudolph-
they're
What
they
dragging
say about
Rudolph
Rudolph,
too.
too?
Like
He's
it
been
glorifies
bullied.
bullying and all kinds
They're
of other shit.
glorifying. Rudolph is the
But here's what people don't get. By the end of
He
Rudolph,
wasn't the
everybody
fucking
admits
bully.
everybody admits that they're an asshole at the end of Rudolph.
Right, that's what I want to be like.
And that's the fucking
the
point.
of it.
Has anyone kicked the shit out of their bully? That's all I want to say. Like everyone that's bullied me, I kicked the shit out of them, and then we're still friends.
Like, that's what happens to me.
Just
Yeah.
beat your bully up, and you'll be fine.
I'm in the front, motherfucker. They were like, oh shit, Rudolph's not bad.
I'm in the front.
He's actually really a good dude. Shit. We can
Sorry
see
I
at
picked
night,
on you.
dude.
Yeah, you're really cool. I
Santa
sorry.
can invest in a
Y'all
fucking
all
lights on the
said it
goddamn
dick, and
slate.
he ain't fucking with none of y'all.
Thanks, Rudolph.
Just fucking beat your bully up. Trust
Jesus.
me, it'll work out in your favor. Even if you lose,
Yeah,
he's
but
still
here's
gonna
the
be a
thing.
friend.
But
You put up
Rudolph-
a good fight.
listen,
No,
man,
you said the
I
moral
would
of the story
argue
of
that
Rudolph
Rudolph
ran
is
away
even
with
better
fuck
than
up
that.
your bully. That's it.
He's better than that.
Show the motherfuckers who's what.
Yeah, but here's the deal, though. Rudolph became the leader of the pack.
Bow.
He beat his bully by fucking
And we didn't
succeeding
even
in
know
life.
he was being bullied.
And then
No, I feel like watching fucking
and then
Rudolph.
Godfather style, he killed
Rudolph's
them all.
not even
And
one of the
all
original
right,
reindeer.
now I believe in karma. Oh my
He just
god!
walked in there, bitch was like, yo, what's up?
What's up, guys?
What the hell is that red shit on your face?
Rudolph
We're Santa. Santa.
Rudolph walks in. States anyone?
He was never in the original story, though.
No.
Yeah.
So that actually
Rudolph?
is a character. Yeah, Rudolph is actually.
Rudolph walked in. They was like, she doesn't even. He doesn't even.
Hell yeah! Fucking Rudolph walks in. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yo, where's Santa at, yo?
Yeah, he just took over.
Santa was like, hey, what you know so bright? Hey, you can jump on the sleigh tonight, man. Hell yeah, bitch. Everybody looking at him like, oh.
Santa's such an
Who he? Who he?
I don't remember asking you a question.
Who's the new guy here?
Shut your mouth.
Don't say guy.
Oh my God!
Don't say guy.
Did you?
Look, man, I wasn't trying to.
That was funny.
I wasn't trying to come at you like an asshole or say anything. I'm just saying that sometimes it's acceptable to change things, and sometimes you fucking can't. You know, and I
change Colonel Sanders like every week.
That's okay. You can change Colonel Sanders.
Wasn't he based on
The KFC guy?
Who's a real guy?
The Kentucky Fried
Well,
Chicken?
That's canon, though.
It was.
Yeah, it's canon now. Yeah, Norm Macdonald's canon.
Norm Macdonald is
Norm
canon.
Macdonald is the best fucking KFC
Norman. Yeah.
colonel that there ever was.
Isn't he
There was
back in the
George
scene
Costanza,
again, like
but he
on
wasn't that
fire,
good.
like really fucking funny?
Norm Macdonald's never really off the scene.
True.
He's just there. You see him once in a while. Like,
he
oh
just
shit.
kills it wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Hate it.
He just
She
sits-
hates
he
it. She
sits
hates
there.
Norm
Really?
Macdonald.
I don't know
It's the
why
voice
he's
or
just
something?
irritating to me. Like, it's not like I think he's funny or not funny. I couldn't think of
That's
one
the
thing
joke,
I've ever
though.
heard him say.
Yeah.
I just hate listening to him.
That's
Yeah.
his point.
That's the thing.
That's he wants.
He
you to
doesn't
just
even
be
want to
annoyed
listen to
by
him.
it.
He's just
Yeah.
like, hey, here I am doing a
this
job,
guy
I
sounds
guess.
fucking
Fuck
annoying.
you. Yeah.
But I can't stop watching him.
Yeah, it's like,
Even though you hate him.
yeah,
His Burt Reynolds was pretty good, though.
It's like he's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Wait, can Burt Reynolds be gender fluid? Or is his mustache too strong?
Wait, what'd you call it?
Can Burt Reynolds be gender fluid?
That's on the top 10.
That's not a real
That
mustache.
What the hell is gender fluid?
Santa Claus is apparently gender fluid. Where were you?
But what does fluid mean?
That sounds like some shit you put in your car.
Yeah. Wow.
It depends on the ball.
Gender fluid.
I was
fluid.
picturing something else, man. Like you gotta use
Yeah.
phrasing.
Yeah.
on
So
that.
like,
why
whoa, this
not?
get a little turned into some
Why
porn
not?
shit.
Your car needs gender fluid.
No, not fluid. like changing.
Gender
like
Why
being
not?
more malleable.
Why can't you change Santa's gender?
They need a different term for that if that's what they're saying.
It's based on a real
Well, that's the
Santana.
term. I didn't make that up just now. That's what they're saying. Gender,
Gender
fluid.
fluid. That's really. What
And now, like all these liberals are pulling up old, like they're pulling up memes of like these, like Cherokee Indians that are being like, in our tribe, we always thought there were 8 sexes. So yeah, we believe in it too. I'm like, what? What? 8
Yeah,
sexes?
that's true. Yeah.
So-
in some Native American
8.
cultures, it was 5.
Yeah,
The fuck is the third
Well,
one?
and well, that's where the, I need. See, I want to see other 3.
You are fired tonight.
Masculine male, feminine male.
Talk about
Masculine
eight.
male,
Who's the third
feminine
one?
female.
Yeah.
And then there was the both.
Right, I get all that, but
I
the
really
parts,
wanna
the
hear
actual
about it.
physical
I want to hear
parts.
about this
No, there's
shit.
only 2.
Exactly.
They didn't count the parts as that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Your biology
The
wasn't.
biology was biology. If
Yeah,
you had
yeah.
a dick, you had a dick.
Right.
It's
But-
not
but-
like.
but it
But
wasn't-
that's what people of the today aren't understanding their meanings. They're actually saying you can
Yeah.
have multiple,
Yeah, they're
or
taking
either
it-
or. You can keep getting
Natives
operations.
used it as a psychological term,
Right.
not a
Physical.
I think it was more a spiritual
biological
term, not even
or
psychological.
spiritual,
Yeah,
more of
spiritual.
not a physical biology though. They said you're a
But
man. You're
these people
you
are
may be a
running with this
feminine man,
meme
but you're
saying
still a
that,
man.
Still a man.
and that they're
Biology tells you.
justifying the gender fluid nature of our current culture. That the Native Americans were cool
Yeah,
with.
but there's another part to the Santa thing that worries me.
Like you got
Like we can crack every joke in the world, but what worries me a little bit is that the problem becomes that Santa has to be changed because he's man, and like that's a problem.
Like there needs to be a Santa woman because there's
There's a
Santa
man.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
Or he needs to be eradicated completely
Well,
because his
Santa
whole
doesn't know how to
arrangement's
make
wrong.
the cookies.
Entitlement?
He said someone got to identify with Mrs. Claus.
I was waiting for somebody.
Wait, what?
Like, damn, y'all ain't gonna hold me down.
Hannah's up on 2 domestic charges against a fucking elf.
John Goodman.
Santa has done some shit.
Yeah.
John Goodman.
Dude, I guarantee you there is no HR at the North Pole.
No, you're right.
No. Santa's fucking shit up.
Yeah, he's fucking shit up.
Santa fucking sucks.
This is bringing
My
me.
son's like, yo, I don't think I'm gonna get any gifts today. Yes.
Wait, this is leading towards
shit right now.
like a real scenario that's really
dude, I
bad.
tried.
Not really bad, really.
Keep his innocence at least.
It could be comical. It could be true. It could be whatever the fuck you want it to be. But the whole Me Too movement that started last year, the women being raped, they're now pulling the Me Too movement on God for raping Mary. They're trying to pull the whole rug under from Christianity, being like God's a rapist.
Yo, this just turned into some other shit.
But I'm telling you, this I read a lot.
Time out. See, nobody else knows this.
Never end.
Man, I was trying to bring up
Nobody knows this.
shit
When
before.
Omega takes his glasses off, this shit got real.
This shit is crazy.
I'm pulling my Mandela Effect card again real quick.
Mandela.
It wasn't me, it was the Mandela Effect.
Oh boy.
Is that even you?
No, that's just.
That's my Costco card.
That's like a fake ID.
I'm gonna pull the Mandela card.
It did. I was like, what the hell you?
That doesn't look like it.
That's like a dude. That's like the dude who reconstructed his
face
whole
off.
face to date his ex again, who had a restraining order.
Wait, what'd you say?
So the dude, so there was this thing going on this week about there was this dude who like reconstructed. He got surgery on his face to date his ex.
Oh,
who
yeah,
had
yeah.
the restraining order on.
Yeah, restraining. I read about that shit.
That's
some real shit.
That's presumptuous.
His wife his wife got a restraining
ex
order
on
on
him.
him.
Yeah.
So he was like, all right, well, let me just reconstruct my face and date her again. And she's dating him
shit,
again with a totally different
He looked.
face.
He looked.
That's
Yo,
dedication.
now it looked
That's
completely different.
I just want to say that's really presumptuous.
Holy shit.
But can
But wait, go
Yo,
ahead.
he looked like some. He looked like he
That's
could be on
crazy as fuck.
$1 million listings or some shit.
She doesn't
So
look
I'm
like
like,
she never
yo, that
found
shit is crazy.
out. Like she never found out that this guy was the same dude.
I don't know. You know what?
I mean,
the Aquarius in me is thinking like, yo, I wonder
If
how.
we
Like,
heard
I'm
about
thinking
it, she
way
must have
further
found
than
out.
that.
That had to be like.
Yeah,
a
maybe he has a
story,
weird
right?
mole on his pecker.
Or imagine her sitting in
Yeah,
bed, be like, you gotta hear this
I mean,
story,
the-
honey. Like,
I mean,
this
the
guy
story-
duped this
still-
girl.
He's telling her about it. Like,
And he's just like, oh yeah, what an asshole. That guy sucks.
Yeah, not
Sorry. Hey,
Hold on, go ahead.
Wait, the typical
Wait,
guy.
Says somebody who never
Come on with it. Come on.
Hold on.
How do you change your mannerisms and your voice, like your speech patterns, like how do so she's just so stupid. She's like,
Dedication.
nah.
Yeah.
He pulled the line like, I'm not like your ex.
Lip
Like, I'm not
line
like
is
him.
can't possibly.
I'm not like
I'm
him.
not like your other ex. I'm not
What the
like
fuck
that.
you are him?
What the fuck you talking about?
That's like super active.
It's just presumptuous.
Hey, I gotta get up early.
It's like,
tomorrow.
oh,
You know, mine are all
if I
over
fuck
now.
up my face in a certain way,
Oh,
she'll
shit.
definitely still be attracted to me. So I'm just gonna do that real quick.
Yeah.
And she just went along with the
And she's
process.
just
You do that like my ex, yo.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's
no,
weird, but
I get
Totally
that.
different guy.
Jay-Z song.
This
He
is
is
real,
I
though?
and I.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is like made up. This is like a fake thing.
Oh my god. I'm gonna see that on the ID channel.
So it goes
Doesn't
into
have
like
to
the whole
be.
universe thing. Like he's somebody else right now. Like
Wow, he's living the Mandela
living
effect.
the Mandela
Yeah.
effect right now.
He's making it
you
on purpose.
can't create
happen
your
to
own
himself.
Create your own
Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
Oh my
That's
God.
just
So what's he gonna
manifest
be in the
destiny.
11th
It's
universe?
not the same.
Damn, I forgot. He changed. I think he changed his name too.
God damn. Yo, fucking this shit's stressing me out. Shit.
Yo, I gotta
What
find
is wrong
that
with
shit.
the world?
I gotta find
Wow,
that
he
shit. I gotta
purposely
read-
made
I gotta
the
read
Mandela
that
effect
thing.
Happened
happen
to himself.
Wow.
So
That
kinda
you
fucks up
can't
my whole theory,
manifest
what
your
you're
own
saying.
Mandela effect. Mandela effect has to be something you discover almost by accident.
That's not how this works.
That's not how
Yeah,
this works.
otherwise it's
That's
just
not
manifest
how any
destiny.
of this
It's
works.
manifest destiny.
Oh my god, if I wake up as a different person
So,
tomorrow,
I
I'll be
was
so
gonna
It's
say,
gotta
mad.
be your own goddamn fault.
So did he change himself again in the 11th
That
universe or
motherfucker
some
was
shit?
Buddy Love.
Or is
No,
he,
he's like the
is he
11
actually
billionth
the
universe.
same? Or is he actually the guy he changed into?
You have to
in
skip
that
a lot of
universe?
universes for there to be a difference.
Oh, Jesus.
This,
Christ.
this is like the Fast
Wait,
and Furious,
is
where
this-
Ludacris
Buddy
is
Love.
playing a character, but he's also playing on the radio.
Buddy Love.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Little Barry Yum
Buddy
Yum.
Love.
Buddy Love.
Exactly.
Is this how gender fluidity works?
Oh
You
my
wake
God,
up
are we
to
back
fluid.
to this
That's
already?
gender fluidity.
Wait,
Gender
Santa might.
fluid.
Santa, it's not my term. It's
That
the
shit's
thing.
fucking me up.
Santa
my
might.
like a wet dream. or
Santa
something.
might
It's
wake
not
up
good.
tomorrow as a woman, and then it's
It's
okay.
not
The
good.
story's justified.
But we won't know the difference.
Do we need to know? Do we need to know anything? God damn it.
We won't know the difference.
Do we need to know?
No.
We don't need to know anything.
No, you don't need to. No.
I just try to
Santa.
stay
Should Santa be a female? I don't know.
Does
I don't-
it say the words? The two words that everyone's so offended by.
I said
No. I don't give a Hold on.
You need to get. Oh wait, Bernie Mac. I want to get some milk and cookies. Before I put these presents under the tree. My name's Santel.
God damn it! Santa's lactose intolerant.
Is that-
and gluten free?
Gluten-free.
No.
Come on.
Does it
Mario.
matter? Does it matter?
I don't eat this shit.
So offensive.
Does it really matter? Does it piss you off?
I don't give a fuck.
Would you?
I don't
Would
give a
you?
fuck about none of this shit.
I don't give a
That's funny to me.
so
I'm like, yo, why do
ridiculous.
they
I don't even
Thank you.
care.
Why do people care
fucking
about
hilarious.
this?
I don't
It's
care.
fucking Santa
Right.
Claus. Just let Santa Claus be Santa.
Are there
Go
characters?
ahead.
Are there? Okay, so she said it's based off a real person. Let's go in a fictional
If you
world.
asked my mom, she would be like, "Fuck." no.
Even
Yeah.
That's the old school.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's right.
That's
She's
that old school
like,
mentality.
she's like crazy.
But
About
let me
Christmas
ask you
and
something.
Santa.
Are
She's
there
like, I believe in
characters?
Santa still.
Are there characters
Yeah.
where you
No,
can't?
She doesn't, obviously.
Oh,
but
dude,
she
his
like,
mom once kicked me off the fucking chair.
she kicked him off the chair. He was like, "There's no Santa."
Jared,
She
and
was like,
just
"Ah!"
right off the fucking chair.
I got him on speed dial right now.
I am 16 years
I
old.
believe. I believe.
What
I
the fuck was
believe.
that about? She was
She was like, "I believe." in
But
Santa."
are there
Yeah,
characters
next
where
time
you
I mean, anytime I
can't?
go over your house,
You
on Christmas,
can't
I'm gonna make
change
sure.
their gender or
All of
race
them.
or any of those things.
If
Are
it's
there
in the
characters
past,
where you
it's in
can't
the
do that?
past.
I mean, obviously,
You can't be
there's
like,
certain
sorry
characters,
guys, Hitler
yeah.
was a woman.
No, as you move
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah,
Have
that was
respect
like-
for certain characters.
But
Yes, like
then
movies, like
it is a
music,
different
have
character.
respect.
What?
Then it's a different character.
Wait, we're talking fictional or real life?
Fictional.
Then it's
Can
a
real-
reboot. You're just rebooting.
So,
Because
so,
they
so,
go back to what
so
you
wait,
said
what
was
was
based
your
off real.
what was your answer to that though?
To what?
What was your answer to that? Like your original. What was your answer to this question?
My
What did
question?
you ask me?
I don't know.
Well, not you, but like you asked everybody.
Yeah, I
What
asked
was-
everybody.
yeah,
It's,
what was-
are there
Oh,
characters where
she's-
you can't change their gender or race?
I guess it
and
would
things
have to
like
be real ones. But the thing is,
even
Santa's
if it
based
was
on
yeah,
real
like,
characters.
even if it wasn't based on a real person, it's like make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that did, you know what I mean?
So
Yeah,
like
sure.
Yeah, if it's not-
Neil
if it's not
Armstrong,
like a real
like,
thing,
and
I
on
believe
the
it's
road,
based-
could
I
it have
believe it's
been
based
Nelia
on
Armstrong,
a real
and
person,
he was
but
a
it's like,
man or woman?
Fuck it.
No, because Neil Armstrong was a fucking man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
but
you can't
who,
change
like
that.
artists and stuff, they make their own.
Yeah, it's not gonna be
variations
Nelly
based on
Armstrong.
like
Yeah, Nelly-
how
So,
they
like,
imagine
this-
it.
I think you have to respect.
You know what
I
I
was
mean?
on the moon, baby.
I think to an
Natasha
extent, you have to respect whoever the god of that
Tradition.
character is.
That's tradition.
Like, whoever created the character, you have to like if that creator believes you can change something and it doesn't change the character or the heart of the character, then it's okay.
So-
but if
So
it does,
wait. So
I
kind
know
of
this
like
culture
on
is contemporary, but it's
like a
you
James
gotta
Bond
keep-
kind of
you
thing.
gotta
Where
keep
James Bond is like
tradition
to be
with
anybody.
certain
Like
shit.
he's
You
just
gotta have certain
character.
values.
Gotta
You
keep
just
some-
gotta
like
have some
Idris
kind
Elba
of,
could
like,
be James Bond.
guideline.
that's the question. Yeah,
Well,
that's the
they're
question.
doing
Can
shit
James Bond be anybody?
Yeah. Oh, he's
Oh
fictional
man,
character.
James
so-
Bond is so much better. As a
But
woman.
here's my question. Now. It depends. It depends on
Whoa, okay.
All the sex
There was
scenes
a lot
would
of
be just
thought
a
to
bunch
that
of dong
idea.
men.
It depends
That
on
would
the
be
Oh,
character.
yeah, that's terrible.
That would be interesting.
Terrible.
Well, okay,
But,
well,
like so much hotter in my mind, this assassin spy woman.
Look at him.
Like, you
Like
gotta change the name. I mean, you can't change.
He's spitting all in
He's
it.
all into it. Like, damn, yo, I'll be the love interest.
He's coming hot.
I'll be the love interest.
Like, yo,
Well, you need to take out that
James
satellite.
Bond was in.
I actually think the James Bond story would be better if James Bond was Jamie Bond.
Jamie
And it
Bond.
was like
I was about to say, you can't say James.
Bond.
Like,
But,
Jamie Bond.
but do you have to restart the story?
Yeah,
Does that
absolutely. You
matter?
have to restart
Does
it.
it matter?
But can you
Then
really?
Manny Penny
Well, it
has
has
to
to
be a
change.
man.
James
I'm
Bond is
just
just
saying.
Manny
Look, I'm
a
just saying.
character. It's not like he
Your
doesn't look like
gender
anybody.
or your race, depending on where you live, your experience of the world is different, right? Right? So, like, I experience the world as a white man different than she does as a woman, and different than you do as a black man, right?
Yeah.
So, if that upbringing and that part of the social order affects who you are as a person, then no one can change that character. Because
So
then
you
you're
think
changing
that-
the heart of the character, right?
So you think like Idris Elba being James Bond would be a totally
No.
different-
It might be, but I don't know because I don't pay attention to James Bond. But Idris Elba being the gunslinger.
Oh,
okay. That worked because Stephen King, who wrote it, went, "That's brilliant. That makes sense to me."
Now-
and I said, "Okay." The person who created that character said that has no effect on the heart of that character, but you can't make Luke Cage white.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
You cannot do that.
This whole character
because he's the hero of Harlem. You cannot change that.
And he was kind of like, what was it?
Yes, you can.
Black exploitation at that time and everything. So it was kind of based around that time.
But you can't. But if you change, imagine if they turned him into a big, giant, fucking muscular white guy and called him the fucking hero of Harlem. I feel like that. Like you're changing the heart.
Get that white boy out of here, man. What's wrong with you? Get out of the corner store.
I just feel like you're right. You're altering the heart of the character.
Remember Meteor Man? Remember Meteor Man?
Who the fuck?
I'm interested to see now that Stanley has passed away, any of the things he's created change years from now to fit a social agenda. Now that the creator is no longer there to dictate.
Right?
So
we'll
see what
Cosby
happens.
was in that.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can
that's right, he was in that.
Sure. I don't know.
Okay.
But how does a person's life
crazy
experience
shit.
change them as a person? And how much does that person change the character? And I think that's the heart of the question.
Now, that's like the clone argument. Like, you can clone somebody, but they're not going to have the same upbringing. They're not going to have the same experiences in life.
Well, it's actually
they're not going to be the same character.
Wait, was it here on also? I forget where it came from.
Right.
Remember a couple
It's just
years
genetics.
ago,
It's not
the white woman that claimed
psychology.
she was black, like completely black, and she was like on,
Rachel Dolezal.
Right, and she had the curly hair. But wait, there's actually
you would, the leader of the NSYNC.
there's a documentary. So is this where I learned it from?
Yeah.
So like she actually, there's reasons why she believes she's fully
We
black.
haven't talked about this.
Yeah, we
That
talked
was
about
here,
this,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here was the story. Was that she grew up in foster care. All her siblings that were also in foster care were all black, and they were horribly abused by her parents. So in an effort for her to try to be part of their world and on their side, she felt she identified with them more deeply because she was abused right alongside with them.
So when she was on these
for
talk shows
her-
saying how much she actually
that's
literally
valid.
thought she was
But
black.
right, so
No,
like,
it's
I'm
valid.
not, I'm not saying that it makes what she does okay or not okay. I'm just like, wow, that's such a much weirder and deeper answer than I thought it
So
was.
the psychology
when I
is
saw it.
making
Like, yeah, what the? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, that's some deep shit that I don't even know how to respond to. You know what I mean? Like,
And so when
Jesus.
people were criticizing her, from my understanding, is that she couldn't comprehend it, like because she really believed it.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah. I don't know how we went up there changing characters, but then talking about a character brought up in that situation, not needing to change into
I
the
think
character.
we are deep into the rafters of a deep conversation about what makes people themselves. We have gone all over reality. We have gone from the Mandela effect. We have talked about comedy.
I have to pull that
We have
card out
jumped
again.
into everything. Like this
Fake
show
ID.
is
You
my
pulled
favorite
it
thing
out.
that I've
McLovin.
ever done in my fucking
Maybe he's
life,
Maybe
dude.
he's
I love
McLovin
this
in
shit.
another universe.
I wish, god damn it, if I could pull out a card that said McLovin on it. Dude,
It's a
that movie,
great
that
name.
perfect movie.
Folks, I'm sorry. We have to cut to the second break. It's shorter than the first break. So we'll only be back in about 20 minutes. When we come back, we're going to talk about what you guys have going on. Does that sound good?
Sound good, gotcha.
All right, let's do that.
It's that time already?
It's that time already. I cannot wait to release my urine.
Yeah, this is
I'm about to be over here like every week.
You're listening to us. And the face.
You know,
They're saying something like Netherlands that they regularly leave kids sleeping in their strollers outside of stores
because it's that safe, right?
Right.
Imagine
Yeah.
you did that in the United
Because
States.
nobody wants a fucking baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what it is?
There's so many better things to
fend for
steal.
yourself, little
Yeah, like,
one.
like, what am I going to steal that for? Like in the United States, a good healthy baby seems to go for a lot of money. Evidently, it seems to be a lot of kidnappings. You know what I mean?
It's a big country, you know.
In the Netherlands, people are like, "Oh, look at that." Just there, but I wouldn't steal a baby because, like, what? That's just
what the
work.
fuck are you gonna do with that? That's like that's like stealing a lifetime of chores.
Yeah,
like nobody would do that.
Let me steal all this
Work and effort.
work and effort
that
and lost money.
That might pay me back when I get real old and decrepit, but
most
probably
likely will
not.
throw you
Probably
away.
won't.
I'll probably definitely die before we even have to ask that question.
With stage 4 decubitus.
Yeah. That's exactly the disease I was thinking of.
You know, I think the best that you could really be is like
Is anybody
like
but you.
as an adult with a kid who would be an adult. Like,
Right.
if you were in that situation, I feel like the best you could be is just a bro. Like, don't be like, well,
Yeah.
because I created this person, they owe me some shit.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you don't call them on a specific fucking day. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this day is for moms and dads.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Oh,
yeah.
God,
Like,
it's so
You
painful.
know, like, don't
Yeah.
do all that. Just like call when you have
know.
something to talk about, and just fucking hang out
Right.
sometimes.
Why? Because
and, like,
if you do those things, you're annoying them into just shutting the door behind them at the nursing home.
You know what it is? It's
Is that what you're-
obligatory.
is that what you're leading to?
It's
it's the
obligatory.
same thing that makes marriages terrible. It's the idea that you have to do it.
Yeah, you should just want to be there. Like, hey, bro, let's go. You know, let's go to the strip club. You know? Yeah, I know you're a 6. I don't give a fuck. I'm your bro. I'm bro dad.
This child was not 6.
Yeah, but dad. This kid was 6 days old.
This child definitely faced backwards in the car seat. This is young.
He sits him up on
This
the
is
edge of the
young.
stage, and every time a chick bends over, he catches a whiff of some unwiped shit.
Can you imagine that?
Dad, couldn't you have gone to a
at
higher
strip club?
caliber?
A strip club, an infant. That's got to be like better than bringing a puppy in. Actually, now that I'm thinking about that, maybe that's genius.
I don't
Maybe
think
that's-
so.
maybe that- no?
I think bringing in a puppy would
Oh,
get
you don't think that
more.
all the girls would swoon
Well,
around
let
the
me
baby?
see.
I don't know.
Actually,
Maybe that's what gets him off. Oh, gross. Gross.
Gets who off?
Rude.
The strippers?
No, the
The
dude's
guy?
bringing in the baby.
Hi,
He's like, oh, I
babes.
bring in this baby, and I watch all these strippers.
Like, give the
Mother
baby a
the
lap
baby.
dance.
That's
I went all the way with that.
That's what gets him going.
Yeah.
He brings in a prop bottle.
Yeah.
Like one of those
Prop
oversized
bottle.
ones.
Come here. I want you to do me a favor. Feed my baby from this bottle.
Yeah, and then put it in my ass.
Yeah, and then put the bottle in my ass. And
What
then
a
squeeze
dark-
the bottle bag.
What a dark
So I
direction.
get an ass full of air. And
These are
then, I'm
things
gonna,
that you-
and then I'm gonna spittle fart it in your mouth.
These are
Mix
things you can
the
only
formula
find the
in my
darkest,
anus.
Yeah.
the darkest regions
Yeah,
of,
right.
darkest regions of New Jersey's cheap strip clubs.
Yeah. They're a dying breed.
The-
They're disappearing in droves.
The ones where the outside of the building is all like wood shake.
Yeah, right. Fucking windowless nightmare.
It looks like a rundown shed.
Yeah. With a neon light.
Like something out of Deliverance.
Yeah. You go in and you're like, Kid Rock's playing, and I guess this is okay.
That's where the guy gets off on strippers feeding his infant.
Yeah.
That's where he ends
Did
up.
you?
in the champagne room and you're like, what's this?
I read this and I hoped it wasn't real, and
ahead.
I still, I guess it could be fake because the date that they are advertising is April 1st, and I'm like,
yeah, it could be, yeah.
But did you see that the dude from what the fuck is that show? John and Kate +8 is going to be doing a strip show in Atlantic City.
He was a solar installer too. He
John
worked for
Gosling.
he worked for a guy that I used to hire as a
Can I just say
subcontractor back in the
something?
day.
I don't understand these people. I don't know why they're famous. I don't know why he's
No, I don't
fucking
know why
famous.
he's
Like,
famous
I don't
either.
know. Like, I know
And he just
exactly who
pops
you're
in
talking
and out.
about.
He just
yeah.
he
just shows up. He's like, hey, I wish everybody would leave me alone.
Just like the quick rundown was like they had that stupid show.
Wait, why? Because she had 8 kids?
eight babies.
That's it? That's all it takes?
Yeah.
Well, because
Why
it
was
was
one time,
just a
at one-
stupid
in one
show
shot.
about what the fuck they're supposed to do about it.
Look, her
But
vagina's
during
decimated.
the course of the fucking show, their marriage basically falls apart.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I think he cheated on her and like all this crazy shit,
Well, yeah,
whatever.
he's on TV.
But if you
He's
ever
getting
watch
pussy
them
out the ass.
together, you're like, who the fuck wouldn't cheat on her?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. She's
who
a,
wouldn't
yeah.
do everything they can? He's the guy running into the strip club with the baby.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
8 of them.
And the stripper's like, Octodad's here.
Like they're all assholes. Like he's like they're all fucking dicks. No one's better than anyone else.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Wow.
she's just an intolerable
hold on.
person, though.
Is he stripping or is he running
Yeah.
a strip like the
He's
strippers?
stripping.
He's stripping now. I heard he was a waiter not too long ago, and he was living out in like a shack out in the Poconos. But then, like I said too, he was also working as a solar star. This guy just keeps—he's
a master
doing shit, and like
Yeah.
it just keeps. He's been on a downward slide now
Yeah.
for quite some time.
Well,
It's
8
like
kids will
a
do that.
story of OJ all over
Yeah,
again.
right. But you know, like, what the fuck? You're like, should have lopped that one's head off when the second one came out. You know, like, shut this factory off. We cannot support all
it was
of this.
in one shot though, wasn't it? It was all.
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
you can't
it
just
was
like
like
stuff them
Octo.
back in. You can't like.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Octomom is a different one though,
Yes.
right? Okay, so what's her name? Gosling and Octomom.
John,
Octomom did a porn though.
Did she?
Yeah, she did do a porn.
I don't think that's true.
But she's got her weird.
Did she have like 4 dicks in there? All at the same time? I mean, that
I
would be,
feel like you
that'd
could
be
get a
important.
leg
That'd be-
all the way to your thigh in there. But yeah, but like she did porn because she needed the money. And it's amazing to me how these people get famous and people just they gather around and they look at the
because they
freak show.
become novelties. Like
Yeah,
that's
right.
not like people
That's
are
it.
watching because they're huge fans or going to his strip show because they're
somebody else is
super
making all the
into
money
it.
off
They're
of it, yeah.
they're going and
Yeah.
paying to go to this strip show because they're like, hey, it's that fucking dude from that show.
Yeah, yeah.
Look
Hey,
what he's doing now.
That dude, but girls, don't fuck him. Because if you do, you're gonna shit out 8 kids 9
Well,
months
that
later.
that was the drugs fault because they were doing those. In
Oh, is that what it was? They were doing the
It's almost
enhancements,
all
yeah, yeah.
those fucked up situations. It's the in vitro drugs that do that shit.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was a bird. Bizarre moment. Crackhead feels up cement mixer because he thinks it's a woman.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
Okay, so
Repeat,
somewhere in the
repeat.
UK there was a crackhead he's wandering the streets.
Wandering
he
around.
happens upon a cement mixer and he begins caressing it. And some guy started filming him like, dude, what are you doing? And he was like, I've got no brains, mate. I fucking thought I was rubbing a girl's ass.
Well, it's probably better that it was a cement mixer then.
Well, yeah, why not just let the guy, have the dream?
Just have the.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. He might not know what he's doing now, but later when he wakes up stuck to something
Yeah.
encased in cement, he's going to figure out what he did wrong.
Yeah, maybe he'll turn his life around.
Yeah.
Sometimes people need to make mistakes. You have to save everybody.
That's why someone had the 8 kids.
Yeah, right. Like just imagine you're standing there and you're rubbing some girl's nice ass, right? And some dude's like, dude, what are you doing? You shake your head and like reality splashes apart and it's just a dirty old cement mixer.
Yeah, I'd be
You're
pretty.
like,
why'd you fuck that up for me,
yeah,
bro?
dude, why you just leave me where I am?
I'm gonna smoke some more crack.
now I need more crack. I'm a crackhead because of you, sir. Just let me do my thing, you fucking asshole. Put your cell phone away, bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah, and the guy when he's found out, what's really funny is he holds his arms out like I can't believe I was doing this, and, and then he's got his other hand like up on his forehead, like, oh, jeez, like
I can't believe it's not butt.
yeah. I can't believe it's not Butterface. He just is so like, what happened here? Like, my whole world fell apart right in front of my fucking cracked out eyes.
Oh, you just see him getting sadder. Like, as the
Yeah,
crackhead,
yeah.
I
like
think
just
his world
looking at
started
crackheads.
falling apart probably
set it
around
up.
the time crack was.
Yeah, right. Pretty much. I think the crack was maybe the sign.
The
that
finish
things are-
line?
Yeah. I think this guy's been done with the race a long time.
After 23 miles of crapping himself.
Yeah. It's a lot. Sarah, what do we got next?
So I was reading about what prehistoric sex was like.
Oh man, I'll bet this is romantic as fuck.
Yeah, right.
So apparently, like cave women were like super
Bushy?
into
They had, like,
fucking.
mad bush.
Oh my god, I bet they were super fucking violent. Like,
Well,
like
apparently they all like had
All of them?
multiple orgasms, so their sex drive was.
insane. Like men are
Different.
running away. It's completely opposite of what we think.
Well, almost. The article actually said that it's more likely that that dudes were probably waiting their turn.
Like on death row, like waiting.
No,
to
waiting
be-
their turn to fuck a chick
Okay.
because they all. And the other thing was like they would have small tribes,
What I said,
and they would share sexual partners
For those-
at the same way they would share food or whatever.
For those, this is gonna blow your minds. I don't know if you've read anything about this or not, but they do say the reason why women moan is to attract other men in the area because there's a real fucking reason that attract other men in the area to also fuck them, so it gives them a better chance of having the child's survival by making the the gene pool wider.
It's weird because I
It's like
was reading a recent study about women moaning during sex, and they said that most of the time it seems like through their research, women are only moaning because they know that it turns the dude on more.
Yeah, I think there's probably more truth to that.
Well,
I
they
think
say the original. They
reason,
say the original reason
like
was
if we're
because of
talking
that.
About the, if we're
and
talking
it's like
the,
now when I hear a chick moan, I'm like, what are you doing, bitch? Don't be moaning.
Yeah, shut up! I can't concentrate.
I don't want anyone knowing about this.
Now my dick's deflating. Get out! Now
why do you want all these other guys to fuck you?
What are you moaning for? Am I not good enough for you? She's all confused. What the fuck do you mean? There's a caveman outside the
Born in
window.
a fucking cave?
Yeah. What, were you born in a cave, bitch? Good day.
I said good day.
You just march out. In your
I was reading
tiny
about
whities.
different interjections that rarely get used anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And a perfect one for this situation when you're yelling at her is flood and thunder.
Flood and thunder. What is it?
It's an angry interjection.
So like it says saying, "Oh fuck, you flood and thunder." That's a good one. I like that. I think I'm gonna start screaming. I'm gonna scream at work.
That's a diversion tactic. See, we're being taught the ways of the woman.
Yeah. So what? That reels her
Throw
back
random bullshit at them, and they're like, "What?" And then you win automatically.
I see. I've leveled the playing field again. Now do me a favor. As soon as my dick gets hard again, I'm gonna reinsert it and shut up this time. Trying to have sex with you. She's super confused. It's like I watched all those movies. This is what I thought I was supposed to do.
So also they found prehistoric dildos as old as like 30,000 years.
It was like
but apparently
elephant bones
they were
nubbed.
also used for as hammerstones. So they were like
Yeah, they
had
were.
like Swiss Army knives. So it would be like the equivalent of a Swiss Army knife just sitting on your kitchen counter, and one of the tools was a dildo.
She got hammered by a hammer.
Like they're just like household objects. Like it's just like
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's just a hammer,
I mean-
and she also fucked it. Like it's a, it's
I'm pretty sure
it's
that's
penis
exactly
shaped.
what it is.
No, it's penis shaped. It's a dildo that they used for a hammer, not a
Right.
hammer they used for a dildo.
It sounds to me like the cave husband would walk in and he'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" And she's like,
"Oh, you could just speak and hang a
hammer."
picture."
And he's like,
hang a
"Oh."
picture on the wall.
Right. And he just
He's
clubs
like, "What do you
a
mean
nearby.
picture? There's no pictures."
Yeah, he clubs a nearby dinosaur.
She's like, no, I mean like you could take a nail and then etch the picture into the wall.
And he was like, "Oh, now I understand." He straightens his bow tie. He goes over
yeah,
to
they're
the wall.
all walking around riding dinosaurs.
Yeah. Use it to beat your dinosaur about the head when it doesn't listen. And he's like, "Oh," and then he walks out with the fucking thing. She's like, "Great, now I gotta get another one." Every time I get a good dildo, I have to pretend it's a hammer.
There's like the
Why doesn't he ever question why I'm constantly collecting hammers? Never questions
There's the
it.
dinosaur dildo maker, and he's
Yeah.
like, it's a living.
It's like probiotics in yogurt. It's a living source of pleasure and health.
Oh, I'm sure that's what they were thinking in their 20 years on Earth.
So on Wheel of Fortune recently,
Oh boy.
okay, there was a contestant who failed miserably.
Yeah,
He needed one letter.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
this is
yeah.
what it said, Sarah.
Right.
The first two words were, and they were all spelled out. Keep in mind when I tell you this, all letters are there but one.
Just one.
A streetcar. The subject's a title. A streetcar. N-A blank E-D desire. clearly it's a streetcar named Desire, right?
Right.
Instead of solving the puzzle, he asked for a K. A streetcar naked Desire is what he thought that was supposed to fucking be.
It was a decent guess.
Yeah, what a great guess. I'm glad this guy can make it all the way to fucking Wheel of Fortune.
Guy sounds like he watches a lot of Backseat Taxi.
Yeah, yeah, right. Taxi Cab Confessions. Yeah. He was hoping for the best on that one, too. Hoping for the best. Or was it a she? The man identified only as Kevin.
What's the fucking guy's name again from Wheel of Fortune? Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak.
I hate him.
Why? I mean, the guy's
He's like America's sweetheart.
No. Alex Trebek is America's Canadian sweetheart.
America's Canadian
Pat Sajak
sweetheart.
is just a fucking creeper.
Yeah, he's an asshole, right?
He's so creepery. Like, he just
Please elaborate.
watch and pay attention to his creeper game,
what should I
because
be watching
it
for?
would stand out to you immediately as something you're familiar with.
No, please describe a little bit more detail what you're
It's the
referring
same
to.
as like the Family Feud guy from the past. Like, he's
Steve-
so
oh, the old-
clearly
not
like
Steve Harvey.
molestery,
Yeah,
like
right,
just
right.
weird sexual
I don't know.
vibe
You're not
going
backing
on.
this up with
He
anything.
reminds me of Guy Corbin from the Golden Girls.
You need to back this up with some type
No,
of
Guy
description.
Corbin was like underhandedly sarcastic and insulting.
But can we hand it to Vanna White for holding it together all these fucking years just for a second? I mean,
she's still alive.
The most absolutely useless fucking job on planet Earth.
Oh God, man, I would kill for her fucking
Put on a
job.
ball gown and touch some boxes
What's
that
like that
spin
one chick
around.
that she's
She
in her
looks
50s.
great for her age. She's 60.
There's one chick, we all know her. She's in her 50s and she looks great for being in her 50s. And I asked her one day, I said, "So how'd you keep it together? How'd you look this good this long?" She's like, "Oh, I don't do shit." That was her answer. I don't do shit.
Just don't do anything?
I don't do anything. I just fucking.
I don't know, I gotta hand it to
don't
Vanna
do
White,
shit.
man. What a great job. If all I had to do was turn letters once a night,
Well,
that was it.
Clearly, she doesn't do shit either.
All I gotta do is look good. That's it. So what do you got next?
Wait. Why is Wheel of Fortune guy creepy again? What is
He
it?
just is. He
Is it his
just-
hand motions?
It's
Is it his
his vi-
vernacular?
it's like his
type
weird
of vocabulary?
vibe.
It's a
I don't
vibe.
know.
You can empathize with him through the television
I'm
screen.
not empathizing with him.
That's part of the problem. Is empathy is running a little too deep.
Anyway, there was a Coca-Cola factory
Oh,
recently
okay. Yep.
where so they found some cans full of human feces.
Right.
And like everyone went crazy about it.
Right.
And then Coke said not to worry, it was an isolated incident and it had nothing to do with production.
Right.
Which leaves the question, who and why are they? Why are there random people in the Coke factory taking some of the cans and shitting in them?
And can I just marvel for a moment that someone could get their shit into a Coke can before sealing it up? That is remarkable work.
Well, I mean, you get some of these art sculptors out there that fucking, they take their handfuls of shit and fucking,
flinging it, folks,
Right,
whatnot.
whatever,
Well, let
you
me
know.
tell you, but a Coke can hole is very
but
small.
I'm saying you don't need. What I'm saying is you don't need to get it in that Coke can hole if you're ballsy enough. If you're one of these
shit in your hand and mush it in.
yeah,
in other
yeah,
words,
yeah, just fucking
That's a lot
slap
of
it in
work
there.
for no one to notice that that's what you're doing, and for it to make it all the way through production. It just seems like you'd have to really sort of pucker your anus outward, stick it in the Coke can hole, force the shit out, and then stick it back on the assembly line. I think that's the only way this could happen.
Yeah, but then you got to have real small, specifically. You have to have like rabbit turds. You
Pellets?
gotta really
Pellets,
watch your diet to get there.
Well, I know a lot of these factory workers, they don't have the best diets.
Yeah,
in
they
the
just
world,
eat
you know?
fucking granola all
Yeah,
day. Right?
yeah, they get fed food pellets all day, and this shit comes out the same way it goes in. So really, you
They
just
come
have
out
to.
a tube like in Lost when they're in the cages.
Yeah.
They come out of a fucking.
Oh,
it's
God,
just some
what a
kibble,
obscure
some human
reference.
kibble.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's human kibble, right. And that shit just comes out like rocks.
and then they take it and then they put it back through the chute and then they
Yeah.
re-eat it.
And it's called heavy duty recycling. But yeah, man, I mean, just you'd have to really really know your asshole to get that
From
game
Uranus.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you'd have to really be familiar with where you are. I don't know. Speaking of assholes, Matador has rectum rebuilt after Raging Bull rams its 12-inch horn 30 centimeters into his asshole.
Jesus.
Can I just say something?
One of the least unexpected things to happen to a person.
Can
I don't know.
well, I wanted to say this. I wanted to go, ha ha.
Yeah,
you fucking
matador.
Dick. Yeah, matador asshole. You know what? You're out there getting fucking torturing a fucking bull with its balls tied in a rope.
Right.
And he sticks his horn up your ass. Go ahead and take it up your ass, you fucking clown.
Not even like, just make it where you live.
Yeah, Nashville, that's the perfect.
Hey, welcome back, everybody.
What's up, man?
I am not Rick.
But I am. Host is not here yet.
I need
I'm
your
Rick.
glasses to do a Rick
So-
impersonation, though.
It's really weird because I don't typically wear glasses. It's just when I do this show. And to be honest with you, they're not even real. So
It's just for look, just
So-
for style.
we're back on the show, and we've been drinking all fucking night, man. So just to be honest with you, and so tonight we have seen 2 music videos from Ray Strife and Darnell, Ill Omega, and I love you guys. We were just talking about how fucking every time we get fucking artists out here from Trenton, it's just a completely different story than when we get artists out here from almost anywhere else.
Yeah.
You guys are always fantastic to have on. You've been great on the show all night. So let's talk about your music. Let's talk about what is going on right now. What is it you want people to know?
Yeah,
Talk about yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, Ill Omega, you know, I'm a music producer and everything on Trenton. Me and Ray been working for years and everything. We finally decided a couple years ago just to really sit down and work on a project. It's called Go for the Gusto. We have a whole bunch of artists from the area and beyond.
Where can I find you?
You can go on.
Fired.
Thank you,
damn
man.
it.
Yeah, man. We've been getting a lot of good
Cannot
feedback and
stress
everything.
that. The album's fucking dope. Like,
Appreciate it, man.
Where am I finding you? Where do I go first?
You can find me
Where's
on
like the most news? Where's the most
you can check
updated?
my SoundCloud and everything.
SoundCloud,
Ill
cool.
Omega. I'm really trying to change all that shit and bring it on to Bandcamp and everything. But you
Both
can also
are great.
Raymond Strife, Bandcamp. You can get the album on there. It's on iTunes, Spotify, everything. We have a whole bunch of artists from the town, Trenton, on there. We got Nicky Nowbone, Ray Beats, Khalil Ali from Philly.
Love Ray Ray.
Yeah, Ray Beats is the homie. DKFG, Lieutenant Headtrip from Queens.
Send me all this stuff.
Yep.
Oh my God, who else we got on there? We got so many people on there.
Can I ask you
Big
something?
Breakfast.
Why do you make music?
quick.
Why do I make music? Because it got me through like tough times, man. I was only child, so like when I got through shit, you know, when I was in my room, I just zoned out to hip hop.
Yeah.
Like one of the very first albums that got me into wanting to do music was 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang.
Oh, Jesus
like,
Christ.
One of the greatest
One of the
hip-hop
first
albums of all
Can
time.
somebody get me a beer, please?
Please. This
Jesus
motherfucker
Christ,
hates
that just
Wu-Tang.
woke me up.
Like I don't understand it, man. And
Come
you know,
on.
when I heard that album, and honestly, like I wasn't like. I always listen to the beat first, maybe because my he's a musician. I come from like a musician background here. And all
What did
that.
he play?
He played the piano, played the keys. So he has a jazz band and everything. And you know, that kind of hurt our relationship a little bit too. You know, him going out and never really seeing me and shit. But that kind of music helped me with all that shit.
Sure.
And you know, like I've always listened to instrumentals, and that was my thing. I was like, yo, who made this fucking drum pattern and all that shit? And I always wanted to be like RZA, you know, fucking DJ Premier, Pete Rock. These guys really inspired me. Jay Dilla is like one
I
of my
used to buy
fucking
hip hop
favorite-
records, instrumental versions sometimes,
Yeah,
just to learn how to do
Jay
the song.
Dilla, you know, I could go underground too. MF Doom. Fuck. Yeah, like a whole bunch of motherfuckers, man. You know, Organized Noise, Outkast, and shit. A lot of these dudes that just like inspired me to really make music. And me and him we met in high school, and we fucking hated each other. So,
Sometimes that's
I was
best,
the geek.
best relationships.
But
Not
that's,
that way.
yeah, exactly. And you know, like I was the geek. I'm a comic book guy, and he was the cool motherfucker. So you know, he was the cool, you know, new fresh shit, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna read Spider-Man real quick, you know, and listen to fucking Nas and shit. So, but you know, me and him just gravitated to each other when it came to music and entertainment and all that stuff. And you know, Cap City was kind of boring. Like he actually went to the barber shop, right, and he saw something that said Cap City something and all that. He was like, yo, I got the name. It's fucking Cap City, yo. Trenton. You know, let's hold it down for the city and shit. Cap City, capital city.
Sure.
So I was like, yeah, man, let's do it.
That's
and
cool.
you know, he's the rapper, I'm the producer and everything, and you know, it took us a while to get to the point where we are now. And talking about years, and you know, me and Ray linking up, and you know, me and him are doing another project also called Epilogue Trenton, which is kind of like a ode to Trenton. You know, especially
I know already it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, man. We were just trying to get everybody on the tape. We got a few acts from town and everything. We're trying to finish it up, and you know, it's quite a journey doing this music shit, man. Ups and downs, and you know, you know, man.
Amen. You have any shows coming up soon? Or?
Yeah, we actually have a few shows. We actually have well, Ray just got back from France.
Yeah, which
he
looked
did
like a
show.
crazy
crazy
trip, dude.
man. He told me that everybody went crazy. I couldn't go with him and everything. I think that was November and everything. He just got back. Not gonna what hopefully happens, but I think we got South by Southwest too, so we might be playing that shit too. So
Fun.
Ray, don't kill me if it's not in stone, but you know I think that's what we got coming up and everything too. So you know
we got Ray coming up with us at the mill.
Yeah, at the mill, shit. Hell yeah! So you know, we got a few shows coming up and everything. You know, I also got this show every month called the Dojo, which is hosted by Rocky. Yeah, it's Mill Hill. We got a whole bunch of DJs and producers. This is only for DJs and producers. Yo, we got rappers.
Sure.
Let's show some love to the DJ. This is where hip hop started with DJ. And we had the last show that we had at the end of the year. We had DJ Father Ramsey, who's like a legendary DJ. This dude battled DJ Ready Red from the Ghetto Boys.
Wow.
And won.
Damn.
And dude got honored this year for his, I guess, like his contributions to hip hop with DJ Red Alert. Like, this dude's the shit, and he's from Trenton.
Right.
And so like that's hip hop history and everything that comes from Trenton. And he came out to show some love, which is cool. DJ is
thing
just
about over there. They have a history. They all know.
Yeah.
You can't talk to the guys around here that can talk about this.
Yeah, that's,
you know,
that's what I'm saying.
No one's
man,
like,
you know,
dude, that fucking Twine. Well, a lot of people say Twine show,
yeah,
but
well, fuck
there's like,
but don't get
like,
me wrong. It's like that with the rap thing, man. And I hope nobody feels a certain way, but like, nobody's really showing mad love. Yeah, like nobody's I'm trying to get my words right. Like fuck all the rappers. Nah. Like, but you know, nobody's really showing that much love. Like I see the punk crowd, right?
Right.
I see Molly Rhythm supporting Hana Lee, to Hana Lee supporting.
Love Hana Lee. I used to work with Jim.
Yeah, like everybody else. I fucking love Hana Lee. I think they're great. My fucking favorite
the
band.
punk scene. What we realized early on about the punk rock scene is that they not only they embrace hip hop, but they all fuck with each other. And so that's they all fuck with each other. So it's like we don't get as much support as we should.
Yeah,
with hip hop out here.
Right.
I mean, well, not out here.
Dude,
but
I was
Trenton.
saying 10 years ago, I used to say hip hop is the new punk.
Yeah,
because I felt like the principles were
it
exactly the same.
It could be. But that's the reason why I
Right.
put up this post a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yo, I learned how to book shows
Right.
through the punk scene.
Competitive.
Yeah.
I didn't learn it through the hip hop scene.
Well, that's one thing I think might like protect what you're trying to protect is going about the old school ways, like renting out VFWs, bringing back basement shows in like a cool way,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I see
stuff
the
like
punk
that.
crowd doing that shit. I see like everybody getting paid reasonably. There's you know how it's promoted. Everybody supports each other and all that.
Right.
And
You know,
everyone works.
and everybody works. Everybody works on
But the punk scene wasn't always like that. There was an element of fucking competitiveness to some degree. I think it evolved in a certain way.
Okay.
But I feel like hip hop, you're 100% right, could use more of that.
And I know you was talking about like the hip hop scene out here, like how it's kind of being controlled a little bit.
Yeah,
Well,
for
being
certain.
like definitely
It's being like
suppressed.
suppressed,
yeah.
suppressed, totally. Yeah.
Like in Trenton, it's just like all we need is to work together. There's nobody really
Right.
shutting hip hop down. It's just like, oh, that
Right.
guy's doing something. Oh, Il Omega's doing
There's
something.
no one shining the light on.
Nobody's
it,
like, yo,
Yeah.
why don't you get with that guy?
Right.
You're around the
Do
corner.
something
Trenton's
amazing.
like a pretty small city, and just do something together.
Right.
Why is there so many egos out in the city?
But it seems like you guys are doing that though now. Like you seem like you're finding a way to do that.
It's
right?
it's
There's some
slowly
gel
it's getting
it's slowly getting
we
there.
were just talking about that today, where I told him like I like the direction the new Trenton is going.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a huge art, and there wasn't much art and culture
Yeah,
I'd say even less than that, like 7 years ago.
7 years ago, yeah. I started slowly seeing a change of like people really like, I don't know, like using that punk mentality in hip hop.
Right.
You know, like where everybody's getting paid, everybody's working together on it, and that's my thing. That's how the dojo came about. If it wasn't for me going to these punk shows, seeing Hana Lee and seeing Molly Rhythm, seeing all these other punk bands, and seeing how they maneuver a show and how they pay and somebody work the door. I would have never brought that to the dojo. I'm like, yo, let's do the dojo. I got a little bit of ideas how to make this shit work. Right. And I got to thank Ray for getting me into that type, the punk scene a little bit like that. Sure. Because I never knew like I was always trying to do like a certain crowd with my beats and everything, and then doing shit with Ray kind of brought me into a whole different world and everything.
Oh yeah.
And it creatively made me change and everything, and how to maneuver through the music and do shows and perform and all that shit too. So, like it's slowly with hip hop in Trenton, but it needs a lot of work, man. There's a lot of ego. There's a lot
that
of
will always be everywhere, no matter what anything.
Yeah, but I see this shit down south in Atlanta. You see, I don't know, Metro Boomin and TM88 and Gucci Mane and everybody in the same studio. All the big rappers or even like people in the come up, they support their people. They support their team. I don't see that, East Coast. And what I'm trying to do is do that.
There's beef down there, but it's not as much. It's not with as many artists. It's a lot less ego.
Yeah.
What I realized about the punk scene is that I don't remember if it was Ray Strife or there's a couple of different people that say it. It's like they're partying or they're playing. How they call it performing. We're playing with our friends. Like we're playing shows. We're performing with our friends.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, the artists know how to. I call them artists. We come from a hip hop background. We call them the artists. Oh my god, I forgot where I was going with that. They know how to. The artists know how to be fans.
Yeah.
Sure. Right.
Right. It's too much. The ego spills out of in hip hop. The ego kind of spills out of the music, out of the studio.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm really this person.
Yeah. I go to these hip hop shows, man.
They feel like their ego's threatened.
Yeah.
Sure.
I go to these hip hop shows, and you got a whole bunch of artists there, and they walking out and shit. They'll perform and they'll leave with their whole crowd and everything.
Yeah. Right.
I do a punk show, man. I know that band brought some of their people with them, or they brought like fans with them.
And they're gonna hang.
They're gonna hang. Yeah, they're hanging out.
So me and Ray will get on and everything, and people are like, who the fuck are these two guys? And,
right.
I just gained some new people that want to listen to my shit.
Sure.
You can't do that with hip hop, man.
Yeah.
They'll see their buddy perform, and he's performing over his vocals,
Yeah.
which I fucking hate.
Oh, I hate that.
Rappers,
That's
please.
the worst.
Please stop doing that shit.
For an episode of
Stop
Awesome
doing that
Talk
shit.
and then do that.
Do what? Talk over ourselves?
Yeah.
Yo, I like her style on this show.
For real.
Could you imagine? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow, wait. Can we do a show where we... It's kind of like the old Eddie Murphy thing with the where he's like the same character at all the table. So like you'd have 10 bricks around here. Yeah.
I'm saying all the shit we normally did for the whole show.
Yeah, but it's just Rick for everything. Like, he'll be sitting there with a Yankees hat on and glasses.
Reenacting it.
Yeah.
This is my new video with Ray Strife right now.
He'll wear a wig, pretend to be Sarah, he'll shave and wear red lipstick.
But that's an alternate universe, though.
Damn it! None of my ideas are original because they're all being done in
That's really happening somewhere else.
Fuck, like, what's the point of this life then?
But then you got to put on blackface. Now it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All fucking bets are off.
Oh shit. Hold on.
All the black flames. Nah, I don't like this.
No, dude, you see this?
You see this shit?
So fuck out of here.
I was just thinking about it too. Like, I know a lot of people from out of town. They want to come to Trenton for like the music and art and culture. But it's like the funny thing is on the flip side of it, from a hip hop level, we get a lot of love out of town.
Oh, man.
We performed in. It's funny, like especially where hip hop was even 8 years ago in Trenton. We would perform and we wouldn't get the same reception as
going out somewhere else.
We performed down here. We performed up North Jersey, South Jersey, Philly.
Right.
The love was different from even the artist.
Sure.
Yeah.
I call that the
Yeah,
high
I've seen-
school
I've seen,
effect.
like-
The what?
The high school effect. It's like a nerd in school, right? He moves to a different town. Nobody knows who he
he's the
is.
nerd.
Oh yeah, he the man out there.
Starts over like that.
Yeah.
You could become who
Right,
you want to
yeah,
be.
sure.
Anything you want. It's that. It's like that psychology thing where like they know who you are. They don't give a shit.
Can I also say too that
Damn.
it also
Yeah.
it also
The more
shows
familiar they are with you, the less they care
it
about
proves
you.
a thirst for the type of music that you're making, right?
Okay.
So you can go outside your own town, you said, and do well, right?
Yeah.
And like if you come to a place like Asbury where we feel like hip hop is being suppressed, right? And you do well in a place like that, it's like, man, like look how fucking badly this area desires.
Desires,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Damn.
we're looking for that good shit.
Damn, yeah, I didn't know
You know what I
Asbury
mean?
was like that.
Dude, I'm
That's
gonna
crazy.
talk to you about stuff when we're.
All right, yeah,
But
sure,
that
sure,
kind
sure.
of, but it's crazy because that makes you think that when we were going to these shows, the people in Philly, the people down here, the people up north, they're doing these shows all the time, and they have this same talent. So it's like, or lack thereof. So when we come up, when we go there, it's like we get the reception because we actually stand out. We're not
from that.
You're
We're
not
not
there.
there all
We're
the
not
time.
the
There all the
same
time. We're different.
people that they're used to seeing
Because that
every
was
Saturday or whatever. You know what
that
I
was
mean?
kind of like the thing, like when me and Ray went to Lansing and everything. We went to the GTG Fest, and dude, like after we performed, everybody was like, "Yo, I've never seen this type of like performance
Wow.
mixed with punk and hip hop at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time."
sure, sure.
Everybody
Midwest
smashed
again.
it.
You guys were
And
the only.
We're the only hip hop act. We're the
Plus
only
whole,
hip hop
The
act.
psychological thing
And
of being on tour.
Yeah.
That's like a thing to people. Like, oh, they must be
Yeah.
popular because they're on
On
tour.
tour.
One of the
Sure,
best
sure,
shows
yeah.
I've ever played in my
Oh,
life
man.
was actually.
Whether
Yeah,
it's
it
just
was
the
great.
town over or not, you're on tour.
Yeah,
Sure,
sure, yeah.
That was
Super
was
lit.
great, man. That was a great
It's all
show,
that
man.
weird
And
shit.
I was nervous because I was like, "There's a lot of acts here that are killing shit." Detroit and everybody. I'm like, "Fuck."
Why?
But,
Who do you look up to, or why do you rap?
Damn.
Yeah, now.
He was like all comfortable.
Think
with
of it.
The universe questions before.
1, 2, 3.
And like,
I want to say our label mate Trino. I think
Oh, yeah.
I want to say he brought it out of me because what happened was I was such a hip hop head that I taught him how to format his bars when he was writing when he started to rap, and then
He structured it like poetry before. Like he was a poet.
Yeah.
And then he taught him how to write bars in hip hop form.
And this was before I started writing myself. So then I think he brought out something in me that I didn't know was there.
Sure.
Yeah.
And just me, I guess me being a hip hop head, it was like me being a hip hop head, I had the know-how and the the experience.
You knew how to deliver what you wanted to say.
Yeah.
And shit because you absorb hip hop all the time.
Right.
And like Trino, me and Trino, he's part of Cap City too. He just had a baby, so he's just chilling out right now. Me and him were a group called the Mankind Complex, and some of the best shit I've done in a long time, man. And we have this. You can catch that on SoundCloud too. It's called Destination, and he goes in and talks about like the perspective of living as a black man in America and times are changing and everything. And it goes through the whole album from front to back of, I guess, like from beginning to him observing, I guess, the world through the black man's eyes and everything, and to the end, and realizing what he like, taking all that negativity and everything, and trying to bring positivity out and all that. This is a deep concept. I wish he was here to talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's
We should
one of
get
my
him to
favorite
talk about
projects. Yeah, Trino, man.
Yeah.
You need to come out. You need to come out. But yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite, MCs. And honestly, I think I always mention this too. Like some of the best MCs that come out of Trenton in a long time is Trino, Strife, Kala, and Ooh right now. Big Ooh is killing shit right now. So like shout out to Big Ooh. Big Oo's doing some shit. And he's from Trenton. Dude from Trenton, he's doing some shit with Fat Joe right now.
Oh, that's
So
dope.
I don't know
Man,
what's
okay.
going on.
Fuck
Like
yeah,
I think he
dude.
may be signed or something, but like he's holding Trenton down right now.
There you go.
Hopefully he keeps the flag waving and everything, but everybody in Trenton's proud of him.
And what do you guys want to promote right now? Where can people find you online and all that kind of good stuff?
You can find me on Instagram, Illomega, all one word, ILLOMEGA. Same thing, Il Omega on SoundCloud. You can also go to our Cap City Entertainment page on SoundCloud too, which is soundcloud.com/teamccr.
You got a lot of content.
I got a lot of content, man.
You got a lot of homework to do now.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm pretty sure I can find everything from here.
Yeah, just to know
branch out.
where everything is at.
All right, cool.
You know, you can catch me and Ray stuff on YouTube. Just put Raymond Strife and Il Omega on there. You can catch some of our videos on there.
You could be, you can be Google now, I think.
Yeah, you can Google me. Yeah, I went on Google and I felt like I was popular. I was like, oh shit.
You gotta make yourself a wiki now.
Yeah, wiki. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to figure out.
Someone they have to make your wiki. You have to prove
gotta
your
prove your
wiki
wiki.
by like all you
somebody
gotta do
writes
is
it
post a
for you.
show. Like I actually exist. Here's a show, and
Oh,
then you have a
shit.
wiki page. I think it's that easy to do.
Why not write my wiki page, man?
So here's what I'd like to do.
I'll make your wiki for you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know exactly
It's
how to.
gonna be really fucking crazy.
It's gonna be
like some James. He was a
riddled with
spy
Mandela
when he was
effects.
15.
That's what I like to do.
By the way, all of this may not be true.
All this may not be true.
Oh, by the way.
Depending on what
right at
reality
the
you're
end.
in.
Right, yeah. And plus, he's dropping a new album with Ray Strife. Oh,
That's that's
by the way,
another
some of that shit.
universe. Sorry, alternate dimension talk.
We have right now. Okay, a couple things we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say thank you to everybody who's watched tonight.
Yes.
Thank you to our guests tonight.
Thank
And
you.
I'm probably going to say that again before we close here tonight. Because you guys have been fantastic this evening. It's been a great show. This is one of my favorite shows of the fucking season.
Great show.
Okay? Now, we have the new Wade Wilson, Darnell
Yes.
Il Omega
Oh, shit.
song,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
So, I'm going to hit play on this for just a minute.
Yeah.
And then we're going to let it play in the background. And then I want to get something from you guys that we call the final word.
Okay.
So in other words, we reserve it for guests. If you have a final message to put out to the whole world and you have right now to do it, what would it be?
shit.
So we're going to hit this song.
Actually, they're getting a minute to think about it.
Yeah,
Usually it's
it's
on the
deep.
spot.
Yeah, you're not as on the spot as you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
it's like,
So
all right,
here we
this
go.
is- we got Wade Wilson. Who?
This is Wade Wilson.
And Il Omega.
And you?
Yeah, some new shit.
All right.
Brand new shit. Brand new Wade.
Yo.
I love it.
Yeah, Wade's my dude, man.
I came back like the kind of Monte Cristo. Still roommates with Liz Cisco. Popping like the grease from Crisco. Hey yo, Nesta, Trent and Lingo. Got me animated, frisky dingo. Shooting game easy. Free throw, funny rappers think they my equal. While to display enough power to bring back Puerto Rico. I guess it comes back to me though. Al Simmons, my alter negro. I gotta start like ignition, but find my power positions to kill the savior like crucifixion. Pulp Fiction. I'm back cooking in the kitchen. Wadrick Flair has no competition. The universe, my jurisdiction. I got issues, so nigga get a subscription. The tall red nigga by description. But he could have been Spanish or Arab like Egyptian. Living through the contradictions or perceptions. Il Omega got your top spinning like Inception. Brain damage changed my voice inflections. So fuck the world, no protection. I'm just trying to make my bills on my state Capitol Hill. Wade might, not Wade will. Still will leave you chilly chill. I'm ill with the skill. Flow more than decent, amazing human being. Every time I'm speaking, fam yelling Spanish at the precinct because my cousins are a Puerto Rican. The stalking, store attendants watch where I'm walking. Get police beat down from talking. Writing Congress or love letters, return to sender. Heartbeat epicenter. Mad Max Summers, Game of Thrones winner. Mad scientist inventor. I need to get richer with the mixture. Rap serial killer. I'ma find ya and I'ma get ya. Monster. Sinitz Guzman had me with French chicks eating lobster and peach cobbler. Hoods welcome me back like Carter. Lord of Chambersburg. Chillin' with a pint of lager. Lyric slaughter. Running through these streets like Frogger. The author. A Jedi. Realizing Darth Vader's my father. Yeah, I went there.
Wow, and I was calling Darth Vader like General Food.
Dude, I fucking... I fucking love Wade, dude. That's just fucking a bomb, dude.
Yeah, that was good.
Hell yeah, man.
So, before we close out the show, your final word, your final message to the whole fucking universe, if you had to put it out there right now.
Everything's good right now?
Yep.
Okay, alright, just make sure.
Who would like to go first?
Don't ask me.
No, I'm
anything.
thinking.
I don't. I'm gonna go back to my final word.
Yeah, no.
Word.
Just want to leave with a bang.
That could be your final word. Just want to leave with a bang.
Just want to leave with a
Nah,
bang.
really.
I would say, man, be passionate and love what you do. You know, have your purpose mean something, and you know, just try to affect as many people in a positive way. Just the same thing when I do with music. I never knew that I will affect people. Like when people came up to me when I played a song and it made them feel something. You know, leave something like that to the world. And affect people in a positive way. I guess.
Yeah, man.
On a deep level. On some deep shit.
Thank you.
That's crazy because basically I had the same thing.
Oh shit!
I
would have took a shit. He's like shit.
You
know, you know.
You can tell we've been friends for a long time, but I mean, what he said is real. Is like whatever you do, make sure it's fulfilling because you know, at some point you'll wake up, 65, 70, and you know, life then kind of caught away from ran away from you. So, whatever whatever you do, as far as if you enjoy your job, your 9 to 5, that's cool. But as long as that's fulfilling to you, Some people are different. Some people are creatives.
No one ever says something like that and says that if you like the 9 to 5, then you're cool. Then you're passionate.
I mean, I don't. You feel me? But
you
I mean,
people you're a real man.
I'm saying if somebody else does, it's like you gotta respect that. Though.
Like this, it goes to the. There's this guy on a Burger King on 33, and you go to the driveway. And the guy in the speaker and everything is like, "Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to Burger King. How are you doing?" I'm like, "Man, this motherfucker really likes his fucking job." But I feel great ordering a Whopper. Like, I was like, "Yo, let me get a Whopper, bro!" Like, yeah, man, I'm so excited to get the fucking Whopper. And then I meet the guy, and I'm like, "Yo, man, like, I want to." But the moral of the thing, the joke was like, I want to like perception exactly. Like, yo, like I want to feel what you feel working here. Like, I may not want to work at Burger King, but I'm glad that you have some sort of purpose, and you made me feel a certain way. And I'm ordering just a fucking Whopper. I feel great.
I'm glad
you're doing something. You must love what you do.
I want to add to that.
I want to do that.
I know there's not a lot of time on it, but I want to add to that just because you brought it to like a fast food place, and I don't usually get fast food very often. But last night I decided to get Five Guys on my way to band practice, and I just called it in because I need to get in and out. And I don't know they do this. So I got to the counter, I'm ready to pay. I'm like, I'm picking up an order. I called in, my name's Dan, and she's like, Dan's here. And then I was like, hey, Dan, Dan's here. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I didn't know that. But I didn't know that was the thing they did. Because like I said, I don't go there very often. And I was like, hi. Hi, guys.
I mean, I'm not wanted, am I?
So it's just funny, like your guy, like, what you just said, the guy's like super excited.
Some sort of purpose,
but, like,
man.
Everyone was so excited that I ordered food, and I was like, that has never happened to me anywhere.
But
it's fulfilling, though. The thing is, but the thing is, whoever put that in place, it's like they put that in place and pass that down to the employees, and it's like the employees. They probably enjoy working.
The morality.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get this guy. And meanwhile, now look how genius they are. Now they got free advertising on this.
Like I'm not help sometimes though, depending on the flavor.
Was there an ice cream place where they like every time you tipped somebody they had to like sing and dance?
Cold Stone.
Oh my god, that would be terrible. Like, imagine working there, you have to sing every time.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Every time.
But again, perspective and depth, right? So, like, if I gotta go, hey, Dan's here! Like, I'm okay with that. But if you're making me sing and dance,
I worked at
we've crossed the line. We've crossed the line.
Be like, hey, buddy, I know you.
Yeah, boom.
Sure.
I did the Johnny Rocket dance.
I was about to say from my perspective, I'm like, yo, we've been singing and dancing for 400 years! What you talking about singing and dancing?
You can't do it for 1 quarter?
Hell no! We did it for less!
Perspective. Nah, that's real.
Nah, but like goes like we had the discussion and everything.
That shit was funny.
No, but
I was gonna make another joke. Like, you can't be mad about things that happened that long ago.
God damn it! No,
Yeah.
Well, my reparations, damn it.
What is it? 40 acres and a mule.
We got 40 acres and a mule, damn it. I still ain't did that shit yet. I don't even think I need a mule now.
I don't even want the mule. I just want the 40
I just want the 40 acres.
Mule
Damn it.
just gets in the way.
Fuck the mule.
If I didn't name tonight's episode, it'd be Fuck the Mule.
Fuck the mule. Yeah, you should name that shit. Fuck the mule.
Fuck the Mule.
I don't even want the mule.
You were skeptical. You were like, I don't even know if I need the mule anymore.
I don't even need it.
What do I need?
Like, what do I need a mule
It's gonna be
for?
my pet. What do I need a pet for?
I just need the acres.
Just more shit to feed.
Fuck. Yeah, more bills and
All right,
feed.
Sacks of rice.
Mule
I gotta
tax.
have him carry. What was it?
Yeah, right.
Like,
You eat him.
You eat them. Eat them like shit. Yeah, that's
donkey
food.
meat.
It's rations.
Of course they did.
You ever had a donkey kebab?
I'm making waffles.
We gotta close the show for tonight. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm having a great time tonight. I love this show tonight.
Don't end it.
But listen, I gotta say thank you to everybody who watched.
Thank you.
If you want to find more, go to awesometalktv.com. Find us on Twitter and fucking Instagram.
Everywhere.
And if you're watching the show, you should fucking hit like or whatever the fuck are you doing on Facebook page. You like it, right?
Give us all the hearts and all.
Yeah,
the
if you're on the
shit.
YouTube, which we
Don't
don't
block
block,
us.
Smash the like.
Yeah.
Smash.
We got an
yeah.
anger list?
Smash the like.
And I want to say thank you so much to Darnell Omega and Rocky the Promoter for being here tonight. Thank you, man. Cat City Entertainment.
Thanks.
It's been a great show tonight, man. And also, I'm going to go ahead and thank Ray Strife and Wade Wilson, too, because we heard music from them as well tonight, man. So I want to say thank you to them as well. And just so everybody knows who's watching this show right now, we're going to be back here live on New Year's Eve. We are going to be really in the new year.
Oh, yes.
Right the fuck here. And we're going to
On
be
a
hammered as
Monday.
fuck on a Monday
We haven't
night.
really
On Monday
emphasized
night.
that.
Yeah, on Tuesday too. Yeah.
This is unprecedented.
It actually
Because-
is. I think it's the only time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
That the show was ever on a fucking Monday.
Ever.
Shit.
So
Ever.
it's a big deal.
Oh yeah,
tuned
it's
How many
it's a
seasons
fucking
is this?
milestone.
9?
Shit, I feel
We're
like
at the 10th season
Oh,
right
no.
now.
I feel like coming back.
Yeah.
It's 10
Oh, no,
seasons.
it's gonna be like this.
Always trying for 5 years.
Nah.
But thank you, everybody who's watched. And thank you to our wonderful sponsor, Nevermore Designs. Go to nevermore-designs.com if you want to pick up a mug like this. Each mug holds 2 beers, and you can really wallop a bitch with it if you hit him in the fucking temple with it. You can really kill a motherfucker.
Really
So, just so you know.
This is a weapon, low
That's
key.
funny, yo.
So,
I'm gonna
anyways,
start saying that shit.
thanks, everybody. Have a good night. I hope you have a happy holiday, whatever it is you celebrate out there. And Matt Klahosi, non-fundamentalist juggalo. Whenever you want to close this out, you be my guest. And,
Hey, yo, get killed.
have a good night. Enjoy some presents, gifts, turkeys, meat, ham, whatever it is that you celebrate with.
Donkeys.
Just close it up,
mules.
Matt. I'm just whatever you want to.
Donkeys, donkeys.
Just trying to fade out. I want to fade out.
I want the damn